Hey, what's up, Matt? How you doing? What's up, Droid? Yeah, go Tigers. Also, happy Friday. We made it. We made it another week, barely. Is everybody snowed in? We didn't get any snow here. It is cold as shit, though. It's like 24 degrees this morning. What's up, Brad? Anybody who needs their dryer repaired, I'm your guy. What's up, Spank? Can I play What Sleeta video? He's got another one out? I thought he quit YouTube until March. Isn't that what he said? Something like that. He said he was taking a break after the Super Bowl, which we all knew was going to be a lie. Let me look up what you're talking about. If I can. Let's see if there's anything new on the docket here. The last video he posted was a week ago. Here, I'll show you. The last video he posted was a week ago, and that was the one about how... I don't know. I don't remember the story. Some chick was supposed to come to his house, and she asked him for $200 for gas or some shit like that. Do I repair furnaces? No. I become an expert in things to repair whenever they break. So, my dryer broke yesterday, so I became an expert on fixing it. It only took me, 6 hours to fix it. And plus I didn't know what was wrong with it. So I had to troubleshoot, a bunch of different things. And figure it out. So now, what's going on here? So now, I'm an expert on fixing dryers. So, I'm your guy. I don't know if anyone else is like me. Whenever I'm fixing things, all I do is cuss the whole time for no reason. I mean, like, it's almost like Tourette's. I'm just like yelling out cuss words for no reason. That's how you know you're making progress. But it's a good thing I did fix it, though, because I probably was about to have a fire. It was a fire hazard. And after, like I said, 6 hours, 2 trips to Home Depot, 1 trip to the appliance part store, or whatever the hell you call it. This was the main culprit right here. This. As you can see, look how much it cost. $4 for that. That's the reason it wasn't running. But that didn't stop me from replacing almost everything inside the dryer. So I basically have a new dryer now, I think. So that's good. All right, what y'all want to do this morning? You want to read the news? I don't know if I want to read the news. I guess I could try. You guys know how I am about the news. It's 80% Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can find anything here. Oh, canceling the spring games? Let me see if I can find anything on that. So, who all's done it so far? Let's turn this off. Who all's done it so far? Happy Friday, everybody. So, I know Southern Cal, Nebraska. Who's the other one that... there's at least 3 or 4 of them. Is it Texas? Texas, Nebraska, Southern Cal yesterday as well. Let me see if I can find something on that. This is another trend that I'm not happy about. Why are we canceling spring games? It's not just a scrimmage. It's also for the fans. I mean, I've been to the spring game at Clemson every year. Shit, probably 13 out of the last 15 years. I've been probably 8 or 9 years in a row. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it this year. It's just because of scheduling reasons. I'm not sure I'll make it this year. I'm going to try though. But it's for the. I mean, it's a daily event. It's meant for the fans. It's free. Most places it's free anyway. I know at Clemson it's free. You tailgate all day. You go in the game. You get to see the new players. You get, I mean, it's not anything you take too super seriously, but people do look forward to it. Now, in Southern Cal's case, I'm not sure anybody shows up to their spring game anyway because it's in Southern California. Nobody gives a shit about college football there. They just pretend to. But Nebraska? I mean, come on, man. There's nothing to do in Nebraska. Ask Nate. There's nothing to do there. Let's see if I can find something here. That shit, they probably look forward to that game all year long. Okay, here we go. Here's an article from Sports Illustrated. Ohio State, too? So, Southern Cal, Texas, Ohio State canceled spring games. Tampering problem in college football. All right, let's read this first. The Trojans will not hold a traditional spring game following the conclusion of practice in April. They are the third Big Ten team to opt out. Now, opt out. Yeah, so not only the players opting out of bowls now, it's coaches and athletic departments opting out of spring game. I love that word, opt out. The Texas Longhorns also canceled their spring game. So 3 Big Ten teams and Texas. A trend that can become more common. Yeah, I mean, there were 0 cases of this 12 months ago. Now there's 4 teams. So yeah, the trend is growing by 400% already. Ohio State. Yeah, see, Clemson does. Now, different teams do it different ways. So some teams, they'll do full tackling, except you're not allowed to hit the quarterback. That's what Clemson does. Like the quarterback wears like a different colored jersey than everybody else, and you're not allowed to tackle the quarterback. But everybody else gets hit, full speed. But there are teams that don't do tackling at all. It's basically 2-hand touch, which is silly. I mean, I don't know what the point of that is. If you're worried about injuries in fucking April and March, the season doesn't start till September. This article here this is the Trojans article, so it's mostly about them. But let's see what this says. College football has 2 transfer. This is what it's all about. It's about the transfer portal. Has 2 transfer portal windows. One that opens following the week after the championship weekend and the early national signing period, and the second following the conclusion of spring practice. The one that football coaches prefer to eliminate. So, yeah, a lot of coaches want just 1 transfer period, not 2. Losing players in the second portal window could be detrimental to a roster. Well, no shit. Not only because a program could lose key starters if poached by another school that can offer more NIL collective, but also its depth for the season. Here's my argument with that. They're going to try to poach your best players whether or not you have a spring game. That's irrelevant. The idea that there's going to be somebody from, I'm just going to name a school, Oklahoma State, that's watching Southern Cal spring practice and goes, oh my God, that guy played really good in a practice game. Let's try to steal him from Southern Cal. I just don't think that happens. Not on a scale large enough to mean anything. Because last year, Cade Klubnik played terrible in the spring game. Half of the Clemson fan base was ready to throw him out the door, and they wanted the third string, Danny Pearman, to be the starter, a walk-on. So you're telling me that because Pearman, had 2 touchdowns and, went 9 for 10 in the air or whatever the fuck it was, and had 70 yards rushing, that all of a sudden, Georgia and Alabama and Florida State and, whoever, Texas, is going to be beating down the door to get Danny Pearman? No. They already know who he is before the fucking spring game started. I'm getting mad for no reason now. I would be shocked, both shocked and appalled, if Clemson actually canceled their spring game. I don't think that they would. But, who knows? Yeah, I didn't think Clemson would ever sell beer at their stadium either, because it's been shot down every year. They vote on it every year, and it's always been unanimous no. Well, now they're selling it starting this year. But here's the kicker. 1 beer per person. Yeah, you get 1 $15 beer per person. I guess that's better than nothing. Maybe Cade would have been poached? No. My point is, it doesn't matter. The spring game's irrelevant to whether or not somebody's going to be. If somebody wants Cade Klubnik bad enough, they're going to come after him and, you know, do whatever they have to do to try to steal him from Clemson anyway. Well, first of all, it's already happened. I mean, he's said he's got, you know, interest from other programs, but he's not leaving. This happens anyway. That's my point. It happens anyway. If your team is so fragile that it falls apart because you play a spring game, then your program's in bad shape. That's all there is to it. Let me see if I can find my video. Searching for my own videos is never an easy task. This one shouldn't be too hard, though. I do like to point out when I'm right, because that's barely, I mean, well, no one ever tells me I'm right. I have to acknowledge when I am for myself, otherwise it won't happen. Let's see here. PigskinPeete. Spring game. There we go. So this is from last. Clemson fan bases are really weird. They're not any weirder than any other fan base. You have a different dynamic because you have, because of the history of programs. So, like Alabama, for example, you know, they've got whatever the 18 national championships. They got the quote unquote GOAT, coach that just retired. They have a different mindset than, say, Rutgers fan would. Even in my own state, Clemson and South Carolina. South Carolina has really no history at winning anything ever. And Clemson does. So they have different mindsets. But as far as being weird, that's everybody. In my experience. Now, I don't go on these fan, whatever the fuck you call them, fan pages like TigerNet. Now, yeah, those people are weird, but every team has a version of TigerNet, whatever it's called. I think the one for Georgia that I hear them talking about all the time is Dog Post. I'm sure there's a Buckeyes one, and everybody's got one of these message boards. That's what it is, a message board. No, one beer. Yeah, no refills.
Did you know that Amazon has a $50 million fund?
I don't even care. Some places like Clemson allow you to leave at halftime, so that's what a lot of people do. They tailgate before the game. They go into the game. At halftime, or like when there's 2 minutes left in the half, they'll start making their way out. They go out to their tailgate spot, have a burger and a beer or two, and then come back in by the start of the third quarter. Some places will not let you leave and come back in, but Clemson's always done that. I hope they don't change that
pay out every month
because of the beer thing.
Particular people.
All right, here we go. This is me.
What is up?
Discussing the spring game from last season, where Cade Klubnik looked like shit, and the third string walk-on quarterback was the hero, and the reaction to the people. It was my reaction to the people reacting to that.
Up, everybody. It is your boy PigskinPeete, fresh back from the Clemson spring game 2024 in Clemson, South Carolina. First of all, I would like to say that I had an amazing and fantastic day. Had a great time.
I did.
Meeting up with some people that I meet up with every single year up here. It's usually the only time in the year.
All right, let's get to the football.
This morning, about 34 degrees when I.
Okay.
But let's talk about the game.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, no, there wasn't a game today. Let's talk about the practice that we saw. And more than talking about the practice that we saw, we'll talk about the reaction that a lot of you idiots, you know who you are out there, have to watching the spring practice.
I would like to look at the comments on this video, because people telling me that I'm just delusional I'm just holding on to the pipe dream that Cade Klubnik's going to be somewhat competent, and that clearly we need to move on from him and put in the fucking walk-on.
Game in the country that's going to take place on any college campus for the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's not a game. They call it a game. It's a glorified practice that they let you watch in most cases.
I am delusional. Not about this, though. I was 110% right. Thank you.
For completely free. But some of you need to stay off of the message boards.
See, here we go.
I know Clemson has one that's prominent called
We were just talking about this.
As big of a Clemson fan as I am, I don't go on TigerNet. I haven't been on it in years. And this isn't a fake thing like I'm saying I don't watch the NFL, but I actually do watch the NFL because I comment on the NFL all the time. I don't go on TigerNet. And the reason is because the average IQ of everybody that posts on TigerNet is below 80. And if you don't believe
That's also
me,
true.
Go on TigerNet.
That's why Billy Paul's on there like 24 hours a day.
A bunch of things posted about PigskinPeete over the past 6 years since I've been doing a YouTube channel that is mostly based around college football and Clemson football. I'm sure they posted all kinds of shit about me over there over the years too, but I wouldn't know it because I'm not there.
Well, I do know it because people send me screenshots of things that people post about my videos over the years. Actually, that's the only reason I ever went on there in the first place is because somebody said they were, they had a thread talking about one of my videos or something on there, and that was the last time I went on there.
And you shouldn't be either.
Well, you say spring games suck. I don't go for the football. I'm not out there evaluating the walk-on quarterback and saying that Cade Klubnik should be benched because he got 2 touchdowns and Cade Klubnik had an interception. I go for the social part of it. Hang out with people, drink beer, go see a football game, then go to the bar. That's the reason I'm going. That's the reason I do go.
Anybody who takes anything out of watching a spring practice game other than the fact that you're watching a spring practice.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a practice, not a game. They call it a game. It's a practice.
Game. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. People making record predictions for the season after watching a spring game. People talking about certain matchups during the season, whether it's a week 1 against Georgia or anybody else on that schedule, based on a spring practice game. Look, I know it's the off season, and there's not much to talk about, and you got to try to find something to talk about. But nobody takes you seriously. Well, I say nobody. I don't. I can't speak for the other morons out there. I don't take anybody seriously who makes projections on a football season based on a spring practice. Nobody. And I do have to remind people, because a lot of people are potato heads, that Clemson is playing against themselves. South Carolina, I don't know, is their game today? Or next week or whenever it is, they're playing against themselves. When Alabama plays their spring game, they're playing against themselves. So who's the winner and who's the loser when you're playing against yourself in practice? I did like what I saw today.
How do you lose a spring game when you're playing against yourself?
Wesco at wide receiver, I think he's going to be good.
Is right about that?
Quarterback play, it wasn't impressive. But the defense, it did impress me, which made it harder on the offense. So some of the best offensive players on the team, probably the best offensive player on the team, didn't play today. Phil Maffa, shout out to Phil Maffa. But we saw some good things and some bad things on each side of the ball, like you do every practice. So
it's a circle jerk.
Don't get too mad at me or Dabo or the football team because you saw something you didn't like. And on the other side of that, don't get too happy and elated about good things you saw, because we still got a long way to go before football season actually starts, outside of just practice. Go Tigers.
Yeah. So there you go. That pretty much sums up how I feel about spring practice, spring games / practice deal. And I'm willing to take questions regarding that right now. I'm sure Sleeta has probably. What's up, Tim? How you doing, buddy? Spring games should be against one AA team and get them the hell off the regular season schedule. Now, I can get behind that. So instead of playing the Citadel in the second week of November or whatever, or even in the week 1 or week 2 or whatever, these FCS teams, play them, do a full game against them in the spring. I'm with that. And also, I would even be willing to pay for that. I mean, the way that it's structured now, most spring games are free. If they were playing an actual game that didn't count against their schedule, but it was a real game, I'm not paying $100 for it, but I'd pay $20. That way, they can take all the proceeds from the game and pay the Citadel for their time, like they do in the regular season. They're paying $700,000 to come to Clemson and get their asses handed to them. Well, let's just do that in the spring. I'm with you on that. I agree with that. I don't think that's ever going to happen, though, unfortunately, because it makes too much sense, and anything that makes sense doesn't get done. Then you can actually see what you have. I mean, you're not playing against top-tier talent, but you're playing against competent players who are not going to just lay down and just let you run over them. They're going to at least try. Gives you a chance to put your freshmen or inexperienced players in a real game situation against actual football players that aren't on your own team. Can we get that done now, Slim?
Listen, I've been advocating for that ever since, I think it was Mike Leach said that a few years ago.
Yeah, I think well, he was full of good ideas. I mean, he had some terrible ones too, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen.
You can't bat 1,000, right? It's
kind of like picking up chicks at the bar. They can't all be 10s.
Yeah, you can't bat 1,000. Most of his ideas were good. The one that sticks out to me that was terrible was the 64-team playoff thing that he was talking about. He's saying, well, basketball does it, baseball does it. That's great, except college football is not college basketball. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Well, any level of football it doesn't work once you get a certain number of teams.
Yeah. Plus, you'd have to reduce the regular season to like 8 games to account for all the postseason games. I mean, unless you want to play in 20 games a year.
Which is probably some people's idea because they think they can make bukus of money doing that.
Yeah. Well, they could.
But I've been behind that for, I think it was Mike Leach that had that very idea. Because he was like, too, you're not, if FCS is playing in the spring, playing their season in the spring, they can do their own TV deals and all that kind of stuff, and they're not really needing to live off the money that they get from these bigger schools for playing them.
Yeah. Plus, there's other ways to fund the lower classification, the FCS teams, and even some of the Group of 5 teams. They say, well, they rely on that money to fund their athletic program. Okay, I get that, and I'm all for that. But how about each conference just pitch in a certain amount of money and say, this is going to be distributed throughout the FCS and the Group of 5, and let them split it instead of actually having to play the game.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
Oh, so you mean basically subsidize them like the NBA does the WNBA?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my only problem with that. They don't really need the money. Like I've said this before. I don't buy into any university crying broke. Now, athletic departments may be, but that's a choice of the university not to fund their athletic department.
I mean, they need some money.
It just depends. Like in other words, I mean, let's pick a big group of 5 school. I don't really even know where to go with this. Like, what's a big program in the group of 5?
Memphis.
There you go. Memphis probably does have money. But the Citadel, on the other hand, I mean, it's $800,000 for them is massive.
Like I said, it is for their athletic department, but I don't think it is for the university.
I got you.
I'll give you a perfect example. The Ivy League schools used to be dominant in D1 sports. They're not anymore. It's by choice. You think Harvard is lacking the money to fund their athletic department? No, they just don't give a shit.
Yeah, they just don't care about athletics, yeah. I think there's other ways.
Their endowment fund is like $25 billion.
Maybe not a group of 5 teams, but FCS teams, and they do. The money they receive from playing a Power 4 team is significant to them. So maybe subsidize the FCS. And I'm not even against cupcake games, but 2 and 3 a season, that's too much. 1.
I mean, I'm with him completely. Like, I'm against playing FCS teams during the season. Like, if you want to schedule a bad group of 5 team, okay. But 1.
Yeah. Well, you know what they're talking about now, Vic? You might know about this with the we talked about this on the Wednesday show with the outlook of the new playoff system with the Big Ten and the SEC getting more bids than everybody else. Is that according to Josh Pate, this would force probably the SEC to go to 9 conference games instead of 8. That would be a positive outcome.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
What do you think about this? Every team in the Power 4 should be required to play at least 10 or 11, but let's say 10 Power 4 games.
Yeah, I could get down.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with. I'm with 11.
I like 11 too.
Yeah, I could get down.
Now this is how I would work it out for Miami, because they got a couple of rivals that are non-con. So I'd have, Notre Dame and Florida every year, and I would have one rotational, whether it be a Penn State, a USC, an Oregon, whatever. You can move it around yearly. And then one group of 5, preferably in-state, because we got a few to choose from.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it. Clemson already plays 10 Power 4 teams a year, but they do that by design. Well, one of the reasons is, I think, ever since Dabo's been there, that's the way it's been. But I think a lot of the reason is because of the perception of the ACC. So they feel like they have to go schedule somebody big out of conference. And, of course, they already play South Carolina every year. So that's one of them.
Yeah.
And then they have to schedule one more, whether it's, the Big 12 or Big 10 or SEC or whatever, just to justify their strength of schedule, strength of record. Plus, it's better for the fans, too.
Well, I agree. Like, everybody wants big-time non-con games. That's why I'm kind of against 9 conference games, because obviously you're taking away one.
Well, you can play 1 or 2. Yeah. Like you said you wanted everyone to play 11 Power 4 teams, so you play 9. So like Georgia plays.
Play 9 in conference, 2 out of conference. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would rather people schedule more big time non-con games. Like that's what made Alabama fans so dumb at the end of the season. They won all their non-con games. Everything they lost was in conference.
Yeah. So it's like we play 9 games, and we play Georgia Tech, and we also play another Power 4 non-con, and then we play one cupcake, one group of 5 or FCS.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 of Clemson's losses were to SEC teams last season. That is true.
Yep.
But that's not. Look up Dabo Swinney's record against the SEC. Get back to me.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's a winning record. I'll put it that way. So, and how much did South Carolina win by? And they played the game of their life. Like they won by, I think, like 3 points. Yeah, come on. And they were supposedly a playoff team in that.
Yeah.
That's what they said. That's what they said.
Playoff team in that. Playoff team in that.
Of course, I don't believe them.
Well, Dabo has a losing record to Georgia, so.
He does. Yep.
Yeah, but he's got a 500 record against Alabama, where Georgia has a losing record to Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has a 500 record against Alabama in the playoffs, but I think
that's the only time he's matched up against Alabama.
No, his first year as head coach in 2008, they played Alabama, and Alabama beat him by like 60 points. Huh? What?
Yeah.
What, Vic?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess y'all lost to Bama that year, or?
Yeah, like 2000. I think it was 2008.
Yeah.
It was Saban's second year, I think, and Dabo's first year. Yeah, and they played the kickoff classic game or whatever in Atlanta, and they got their asses whipped.
Yeah, that was when Alabama started to get good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was when they started to get good, and Clemson was going through a transition. That was when Billy Napier was the offensive coordinator for Clemson. I blame it on him getting beat that bad. It was definitely his fault. But anyway, to get back to the whole start of this thing, canceling these spring games just makes no sense to me. I mean, at least for the reason they're saying that they're doing it.
Yeah, I've heard a couple others decided to cancel theirs other than Florida State.
Yeah, there's 4 now. Oh, there's 5 now. Florida State too? Oh yeah, Florida State did it because their circus tent blew over. That's okay.
Yeah,
at least that's
renovating their circus tent.
Yeah, at least that's somewhat of a legitimate reason, whether you agree with it or not. I know you say they could play somewhere else, and they could, but at least that's somewhat legitimate. They had a storm came in, blew their circus tent over, so they can't play.
Yeah,
These other
well, no, their excuse is they're renovating.
Yeah.
Doak Campbell Trailer Park.
Yeah, which they are. Yeah, that's what our buddy Rooster. Yeah, he's working on that stadium.
Oh, yeah. But these other teams, there's 3 Big Ten teams and an SEC team now. So that's 4 more that have canceled, but not because they're renovating their stadium. It's because they think that they're going to get their players stolen from them because they played in a spring practice game, which is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. It doesn't make any sense at all.
I think what's far more likely is it's a way to not necessarily keep other people in the dark about players, but keep their own players in the dark about who may or may not be starting, so you don't have a bunch of guys transfer in the spring portal window.
Well, they're going to hold a scrimmage whether it's behind cameras or in front of them, so what's the difference?
Yeah, they're still going to know.
Yeah. It's just, again, here's where I stand on it. If your program is so fragile that holding a spring game is going to ruin your season, then you don't have a strong program. You gotta make some changes there.
I would tend to agree with you. Yeah.
Which, if you look at some of these teams, you understand why. Ohio State doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get that one because they're one of the best teams in the country. Hell, defending national champions. But Nebraska, we know they're not a solid program. They haven't been a solid program for 30 years. Southern Cal, another one, hasn't been good for 20 years. And they just seem to be getting worse, too. And then I don't understand Texas. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean,
Ohio State and Texas are the two that really just don't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, exactly, Wet Blanket. That was my point. That's the thing. The spring games are for the fans. Now, I'm sure coaches like to see their guys play against each other in full contact for the most part and do some evaluating, but really it's for the fans. It's a social event.
I mean, is this them kind of pulling the mask off and letting us know just a little bit more that they actually don't give a fuck about the fans?
It's about fan interaction.
Well, they don't care about the fans. We already know that.
Well, they care about the fans. I mean, when it's a home game, but yeah.
Well, they care about the fans when it comes to them TV ratings too.
Right. Yeah. See.
In 2017, the spring game, a couple of months after they beat Alabama to win the national championship, Dabo and company gave out free ice cream. Lieutenant Dan, free ice cream at the spring game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everybody got a soft serve ice cream cone.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. They
What I'm talking about.
Yeah, they love the fans.
That's
I mean,
all.
that's why I was with like a lot of people made fun of it that Miami did their spring game on campus this past year, but that's how it was when Mario played there. That's why he's brought it back to being on campus.
But how do y'all have a spring game on campus if you got no stadium?
There's a field there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they didn't cancel their spring game. They just moved it to a practice field or whatever.
But how many people can actually go to the spring game?
As many as want to.
They truck in a shit ton of bleachers for it.
There you go.
On top of what's already there, because actually what they did, instead of doing it on the practice field, they did it on the soccer field where there's already bleachers, and they brought in more.
So why not just play all your home games on the soccer?
Yeah, take that up with them. They didn't. I mean, they played in the Orange Bowl when they were there, but had the spring game on campus when he was there. That's like saying, why did they play in the Orange Bowl back then?
Well,
they would get about as many
playing their home games on a practice field is not. What are you talking about, Vic?
He's trying to make a joke and he's failing miserably.
Yeah, there would be about as many people who go to the games as already go to the games.
No, they wouldn't, because they would be going to a practice field instead of an NFL stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's paying $100.
It's a little funny of a joke, but you're blowing it way out of proportion. Like, we still average 45,000 people a game.
See, I like to rag on Miami about the stadium thing because it's funny. But at the end of the day, and Tim Russell in the chat says it's past time for Miami to build a stadium. Now, I like to rag on them because it's funny and it's easy to do. It's just like low-hanging fruit. But I also do understand, like, the logistics of why they haven't and probably won't. Well, first of all, there's nowhere in Coral Gables to build a stadium.
Not in Coral Gables, no. But it probably even could be done in Coral Gables, but the city of Coral Gables made it clear 40 years ago they're never going to allow a stadium in Coral Gables.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not happening. I've never been to Coral Gables, but I don't think there's that much land there that's not already owned that's viable for a big stadium and a parking lot and the whole deal. But even if you go outside of Coral Gables into Miami and build one, now you're putting in $1 billion investment in building the stadium, and you have a world-class stadium right next door to it, the one that they're currently using. So it's the return has to be worth the investment, is what I'm trying to say. And
they've also tried. John Ruiz tried to buy land in Miami to fund the stadium himself, and the city of Miami basically told him to piss off.
Yeah.
And then they turned around and sold the land that he wanted to buy to that MLS soccer team that's fixing to build their stadium.
Drew says there's plenty of land in Coral Gables. Is there plenty of land that's viable to put a stadium on? Isn't that wetlands?
Like I said, you probably actually could put a stadium in Coral Gables, but like I said, the city of Coral Gables has made it clear that they're never going to allow a football stadium.
Well, it's a retirement community. That's where Celine lives, isn't it?
Retirement.
It's a very high-end retirement community.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't a house worth under 7 figures in Coral Gables.
I got to be honest. If I was a millionaire and I had property and a home in Coral Gables, I wouldn't want a stadium there either.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the ones paying taxes around here, motherfucker. We don't want it.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want all that traffic.
That's why it's funny to make fun of, but I mean, it's also one of those things where it just kind of is what it is. Like, I've been to the Orange Bowl. It was great. I wish they wouldn't have tore it down, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah. Why did they tear it down?
The city didn't want to maintain it.
Yeah, because it needed a full renovation, and it would have costed hundreds of millions of dollars probably.
They decided to just tear it down.
Well, not only that, but 5 minutes after they tore it down, oh, look, we have room for a new baseball stadium.
Yeah, the baseball stadium is probably much more profitable to the city than the Orange Bowl was. But
that's a good question. I would probably say yes.
Well, just in a numbers game, I mean, they have 40-something games there a year as opposed to fucking 6.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, generally, I'm against tearing down historic stadiums. I mean, the Orange Bowl was like the 4th or 5th oldest stadium in the country.
I believe you.
I'd rather preserve that kind of shit.
I believe you, Drew. I'm just going off of what I don't know anything. I go off of what people like Slim tell me, people like traveling, people that know the Miami area and know Coral. I've never been there. I don't know anybody who lives there. But it does seem to me, though, that is kind of a weird place to build a giant football stadium. It's not like a Clemson or a Tuscaloosa. You know what I mean?
Or Athens.
Or an Athens.
And I mean, just look at it from its inception. There's a reason the Orange Bowl wasn't built in Coral Gables to begin with, because they didn't want it there back in 1930.
Yeah.
They didn't want it in 1930. They don't want it in 2025.
Colby says he just wants to see Caden's movie. You know what? I was thinking about that. I don't know that I do want to see it now.
Wait, Caden's in a movie?
Well, he didn't say he was in it, but it's a movie from the mind of Caden.
Yeah, which is even worse.
Kind of horrifying just to think about.
So he directed the movie? Or?
I think he gets a writer and a producer.
I think he wrote the movie, and some guy who just joined the Marines is the one who shot and directed the movie.
Yeah, so he wrote like the.
Well, no, he hasn't talked to him in 2 years.
No, I don't know. All I do know is it's 5 or 6 hours worth of 10 hours.
Yeah, it's 10 hours. It's 5 1 hour and 60 minutes.
Yeah, movies. 5 1 hour and 60-minute movies.
And where can I find?
Sir, we spent an hour talking about this on Wednesday. He's got them on DVD on disc in a safe somewhere in his house, and he watches them apparently about once a month by himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's the only one who has them.
He's the only one that has them, and they're on disc. And he claims he's about to burn them, which is also another red flag. Which tells me
he got a reminder on his phone like 3/4 of the way through that story to burn them.
Yeah, if you're burning DVDs that you keep in a safe, the chances that something illegal is on there is probably about 99%.
There's pretty high. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone above just saying, you know what, I'm gonna throw these in the trash. He doesn't even want them the trash man getting a hold of them. What does that tell you?
He wanted to burn them. He didn't even want people getting a hold of the pieces of them.
So after he burns them, then then they'll be gone, and no one will ever get to watch them.
Yeah, that's the scary
there's
part.
no evidence of that crime still around.
Yeah, originally I was like, well, just send me, burn a copy and send it to me in the mail. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I don't. Then I'm in like a part of this thing. I don't need those problems.
Kind of like,
Yeah, man. Chris Hansen's going to be sitting there waiting on you to grab that DVD from your fucking mailbox.
I'm gonna be like,
Honestly, the only reason I wanted them is so I could play them on the Midday show and we could all watch and laugh at it. But the other thing is, that would take up if it's an hour and 60 minutes, that would take up the whole show. And that's without even stopping and commenting on it. I'm not watching them. That's what I'm trying to say.
so Caden, I guess it sounds like Caden doesn't want anyone else to watch them.
That's fine. If he doesn't want to watch it, then I don't want to.
If he doesn't want you to, then you don't want to.
No, I don't. I've thought about it. But I am going to start a dryer repair service. So-
Yeah, I saw that and was going to ask you about that. What's up with that?
Well, my dryer broke yesterday morning, and of course,
Uh-oh.
we're flying out of here tomorrow to go to Washington. So we got 4 people to do laundry for to try to get ready for this trip. So talk about bad timing.
Yeah.
So I had to then put on my handy Manny Peete cap and try to figure out what was wrong with the dryer. The dryer's 8 years old. Yeah, we moved in here. So, I mean, the last dryer I had was like 30 years old, and I never had to do anything to it. Same with the washer. These new appliances, there's quote unquote smart appliances. They're dumb, is what they are.
Yeah, they don't make shit to last like they used to.
It's a front load dryer, top load washer. Anyway,
I hate those front load washers.
So I'm an idiot. Everybody knows that. So the dryer doesn't turn on. That's what's going on. You push the start button, you put on the setting, whatever, push the start button, nothing happens. So I'm like, okay. Now I'm Googling and YouTubing for an hour, getting everybody's opinion on the internet about what could be wrong with the dryer. And it turns out there's like 6 things that could be wrong with it for that reason. So now I'm troubleshooting. I notice that whenever I turn the timer, I can hear the timer going. And when I push the start button, nothing happens. But if I open the door, the heating element is still heating up inside of there. So there's heat and power.
You got heat.
Got power, got heat, but no tumbling. One of the main things was there's a bunch of safety features on these new dryers. If there's too much lint in the inside of the receptacle, I'm not talking about the filter itself, but down in the dryer, it'll automatically turn off so that it don't start a fire, which is good. I guess it's the airflow thing. If there's not enough air flowing through it, then it'll turn off the dryer. The other thing, of course, is the motor that turns the drum, which is the biggest cost one, if that were it. The belt that turns the drum, all kinds of pulleys.
I've had to replace that on my dryer, which, by the way, it is a quarter of the size of the serpentine belt on my truck, and it's meant to tumble, 10 pair of jeans. Come on, man.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I can either call same day. I needed it done yesterday. I mean, there was no getting around that because we got to wash clothes that we're leaving tomorrow. So I'm like, I can either call this repair service and pay them $300 to come tell me that it's a $2 part, or I can just, bite the bullet and figure the shit out myself. So that's the route that I went down. The first thing I did was I took the entire lint. I took the back off the dryer and all that. Took the lint out of it, and the what's that? What's it called? Fucking the metal piece that goes in the back of the dryer with the lint.
The hose.
Yeah, whatever the hose.
Yeah.
Anyway, So I took that off, and of course, the entire dryer was full of a fuck ton of lint. There was like hardly any air moving through there at all. So I had to then go buy another coil, pipe, whatever, and cleaned out the entire side of the dryer to get all the lint out and everything. And I thought that might fix it and might trip the sensor because the air's flowing now. Well, no, it didn't. So now I'm back to square one. The second thing that I checked was this. Oh, no. Yeah, here. They said that this could go bad. It's the thermal fuse. And that regulates the heat and the airflow through there. So if it's full of lint, apparently that can cause this thing to malfunction. It's a $2 part, $3 part. So now I go back to Home Depot to get one of these deals, and I go into the dryer. Now, mind you, this is where I bought the fucking thing from Home Depot. I went to the exact place I bought it from. I'm looking for this thing in there, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, we don't sell that. You gotta get it directly from Maytag, or maybe you can find some sort of a parts store somewhere for appliances." I'm like, what? You guys sell like 900 parts for the dryer, but you don't sell the one $2 part that's like the most common thing to go out? So then I had to drive another fucking 10 miles away to go buy this $3 part, and came back and put that on in 2 seconds, and it worked.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the wonderful life of being a homeowner.
Oh yeah, I fixed everything around here. I fixed toilets.
Well, you break a lot of shit around there too.
Yeah. Well, it's practice. You got to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon.
I may have seen the smartest idea ever on TikTok the other day, though, which is a little surprising that I saw it on TikTok. But this couple apparently was in the market for a washer and dryer and didn't have a whole lot of money. Well, they found a laundromat that was putting in new machines, and they got a washer for free from a laundromat that was used.
Including my time, what was the total cost? If you include my time, that's invaluable. I lost a whole day. I had a bunch of shit I had to do yesterday. None of it got done because I was fucking with this dryer the whole day. As far as the parts, I spent about $90, but the $2 part was the reason it wasn't working. But I replaced all the ducting. I got some kind of fucking cleaning kit to clean out all the lint from the dryer. I got what else did I get? Oh, like new attachments and clamps for the duct work. So it was like $90. Well, if you add my time into it,
could have been going to PSA and getting what I sent you on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, that's not even really a deal. I mean, it is a deal, but they're always around that cost. That's a Rock Island, 1911.
Hey, I'm just saying, for that price, I'd hop on it.
Yeah, I mean, I might get one. But I'm telling you, the old dryer we had was a hand-me-down. It was already like 15 years old when we got it, and then we had it for 15 years. That's 30 years. And the washer. Never a single problem. Ever.
I haven't had any major problems out of the washer and dryer that I got yet, but they're still technically under warranty because I got the extended warranty.
They're telling me front loaders are no good. I don't have a front-loading washing machine, but aren't most dryers front-loaded?
Yeah, pretty much all dryers are front-loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with them. Those front-loading washing machines are terrible because they, like right there where the door is, they tend to hold water and it'll sour.
we've had our washer repaired. We got the washer and dryer set, at the same time, obviously. They're the same model or whatever. But we've already had to have that washer repaired 3 times. Because if you wash something and there's like a penny or a quarter in your pocket, it gets down in the where the drum is, it gets down in between there, and it prevent it from spinning. So the first time it happened, I'm like, well, it's not spinning. Called it was still under warranty. Called them, they came out, and within 5 minutes, they're like, oh, look at all this change. This is what's clogging it up. I'm like, change? That's all it takes to fuck this thing up is like a quarter?
Yeah, see, I'm looking at it now. I don't have anywhere for change to get in my washing machine and get stuck.
Yeah, I mean, how does a design get worse over time than better? That my old dryer, I could have dumped a bucket of quarters in there. It wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
Yeah, the washer sensors determine the water level. Yeah, that's another thing. That's stupid as fuck too. Whatever happened to like low or high water? That's like your 2 options. Now the washing machine's deciding how much water to give you.
Yeah. Yeah, mine does that, and I'm just like,
It has the 4 steps, right? And the first step is that it has to it's like the sensing, so it can know how much.
The same thing is true with all appliances. The refrigerators too. The smarter they get, the dumber they are.
Like, what? Please, somebody explain to me what's the point in having a television and or a tablet on my refrigerator?
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the point?
I don't know, but you can buy a $300 regular refrigerator with an ice maker, and nothing ever happens. You buy a $2,000 refrigerator with an ice maker and water and all that, and 6 months later, the ice machine doesn't work. My ice machine doesn't work on my refrigerator right now, and I refuse to fix it.
Pete's rebelling against his ice maker.
Yeah. Colby says he watches Pornhub on his refrigerator.
Yeah, well, something about that just doesn't surprise me. I mean, he is married, so that pretty much means he's cut off at this point.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going. How's it going, Cole? How's the marriage going so far? I'm sure it's great. He's in the learning stage right now.
Well, I mean, they're 5 minutes off their honeymoon, so they're still over the moon right now. Get 3 or 4 years into it, and then get back with us.
Oh yeah, she's also pregnant. He's got a baby coming in May.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's definitely. If she's due in May, he's definitely cut off because she's about hitting that point where she's fucking hating him.
Yeah, reality is about to hit you as hard as you've ever been hit before in about 2 months or 3 months. But it's worth it.
I wouldn't go that far.
What, having kids isn't worth it?
I'm still not sold.
Depends on the day. Nature Boy says he's currently being trained. Yeah, right now he's in the husband training program.
Oh shit!
It's like boot camp.
I'm just saying, man. There ain't no bigger cockblock in this world than some fucking kids.
Well, that's true. What's up, Momo? We had our kid shortly after we got married too. We didn't find out she was pregnant until like a month before the wedding. So she was 2 months pregnant whenever we got married. So 7 months later, we had our first. Unplanned, obviously. But yeah, that's a crash course there.
Well, let's see. We were together for 3 years before we got married, and then we got married in 2012, and so he was born in 2016. So right at 4 years later, we had our first. I mean, not intentionally, but like we had already bought a house by the time we had a kid, and we're both kind of situated financially. It wasn't intentional; just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah. There was a story of a guy using Bluetooth that connected to his neighbor's smart fridge, and porn sounds would randomly come from the fridge.
Now that's fucking hilarious.
That is.
Yeah, so your refrigerator was moaning. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching porn on your fridge, you're down real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
They banned Pornhub in South Carolina. Did they do it in Tennessee too? I don't even know how many states did it.
Well, nobody's really banned it, but what they've done is like the most popular websites, you have to go through like a third-party age verification now. Which, I mean, whatever. You do a 2-minute Google search and you'll find some that you don't have to do it, so.
Yeah, that was my thing. It's like, why just them? I don't know. I mean,
because there's no way. To me, the whole fucking thing's dumb. You can't police the whole internet. It's impossible.
I guess if you had a VPN, you could just say you were somewhere else. But
yeah, and that's the most common way around it.
Yeah, it's definitely banned in Texas. I don't know. I heard like 13 states. I don't know though. I guess I could pull it up and see.
No, I think it was like Utah actually banned access to pornographic websites in the state line. But the most common one is just a lot of states are like, I know Louisiana did it too. They make you go through like age verification.
Here you go. From the Daily Mail, January 3rd, 2025, Pornhub has banned, or is banned rather, in 16 U.S. states, leaving tens of millions without access. Is your state one of them? Let's see what the states here are. The 16 states, all based on the South or Midwest, recently began requiring users to provide state-approved identification, such as a passport, a driver's license, to prove that. How would that stop a kid from just taking his dad's license out of his wallet and using it? Because that's what it's about, right? Isn't it to keep kids from going on it?
Yeah, it won't.
Yeah. So here's
even then, like you said, a lot of it's mainly around one website, so people just go to a different one.
Here's the states that it's banned in: Montana, Idaho, Utah, Nebraska. Oh, Nate down real bad.
Uh-oh.
Damn, Nate. Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Indiana, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Alabama, Virginia, North and South Carolina, and Florida. So there you go. No Pornhub for you, I guess.
Not without state-approved identification.
Yeah. You gotta be down real bad to do that too. Imagine wanting to watch porn so bad you send them your license. God damn.
It's much easier just to make your own at home.
There you go. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, Ballard down bad too, Alabama.
Oh Lord. We're Ballard.
We've come a long way from Playboy in the Woods. Yeah. Yeah, probably too far. Yeah, back in the day, Vic, you used to have to like hope that one of your friends' dad had like a Playboy magazine in his house or something. You know.
Yeah,
You want to see some
most
tits.
of the people in this chat don't know the struggles of life before the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much all red states, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what? It's fucking dumb. Like, I mean, I get the point, and yeah, you know, I don't think that that's something that the government should be trying to curtail. Like, pay attention to what the fuck your kids are doing.
Yeah. Oh, we have a feature that we use sometimes with our wireless internet. I have an app, and we can just turn the internet off for just certain devices. Like, I can still be on the internet, but my kids can't be. You know. So maybe do that.
Well, I went a little older school with it. Like, my kids just basically don't have internet access for the most part.
That's do that for as long as you possibly can.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Because once you open that Pandora's box, there's no going back.
Can't close it.
Can't close it.
Yeah. Yeah, none of my kids, which, I mean, the two oldest are about to be 9, so I mean, it's not like either one of them, although I say it's not like either one of them need a cell phone. I know 9-year-olds running around here that have iPhones.
Right. Well, I didn't have one when I was 9, so.
Yeah, when I was 9, they didn't exist.
Yeah, me either.
And thank God.
Yeah, I didn't have get a cell phone until like high school, so.
I didn't even have one then. Now, some of the...
You know, I got one in high school, but, you know, it was this novel thing where I had to get a job and pay for the damn thing myself.
We had pagers. I think it was like my senior year, people started getting phones, but I didn't get one until after. My parents weren't going to buy me a phone. I had to buy it on my own after I was out of school.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably what I'm going to do. Like, I mean, I get it because I have some friends with kids in high school, and they do talk about how much easier it makes it to be able to get a hold of them and keep track of them. You know, especially with doing shit after school and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the question is, what's the right age? Because my youngest is 10, just turned 10, and she's already talking about we need to get him a cell phone. I'm like,
no.
I mean, she wants to be able to track him and all that, but
just be able to track.
Well, I mean, a 10-year-old isn't going to really be off by themselves to need tracking like a child in high school.
Yeah, plus he'll lose it.
At least not in this day and age. I mean, I was, sure, but, you know, I grew up, you know, I was 10 years old in the 90s when, you know, if you were inside and you weren't in school, you were probably in trouble.
Yeah, social media is different than a cell phone. You can get ones that just make calls and text message.
Yeah, you can still get flip phones.
Not even just that. It could be a smartphone, but still just makes calls and does text messages or whatever, and you could track them. But I'm not in any hurry to do that, though. I think, who said that? 8th grade? Yeah, Momo said about 8th grade. Yeah, I think that's about right. 8th, 9th grade.
It sounds reasonable.
I think it's reasonable.
I think minimum 9th, and that's still, because 9th is high school. That's freshman year of high school.
Oh, every kid in high school has one. I know that for fact.
Well, I'm seriously considering bucking that trend.
I don't know what that means, Riz. He says, my 8-year-old is already in your field. What's my field?
I don't know. I guess you mean
Dryer repair? Is that it?
What's up, everyone?
Oh, he has a YouTube channel. Oh, okay. What's up, Nate?
Yeah, we got 8-year-olds learning how to fix dryers.
Wait, what?
Well, that's a handy skill that they could use for the rest of their life.
Right?
Yeah. What's up, Nate?
Not much, man. Just surviving the freezing cold over here.
Yeah.
I think what was the record? I don't know if it was a record, but
Dude, it hasn't been above freezing here since Saturday.
it was negative 15 here. Like what? Wednesday?
Negative 15?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like
Minus 30 wind chill.
yeah.
You gotta see it.
minus 30 wind chill, clean the wind.
That's the exact reason I don't live in Nebraska, right there.
And that's why we'll never have the Slav Olympics in Nebraska.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, I did get some bad news. My wife was looking at the future forecast because we're, starting to get shit ready to go on this trip.
yeah.
And the weather guessers are calling for snow here the week of our flight.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
That's a good thing
how's that a good thing?
because he's getting out of there
Okay.
and going to the Caribbean. He doesn't have to deal with the
right.
snow. Yeah. You got
Now,
it.
of course, my wife's like, it's not going to screw up the flight, is it? I said, no. I said, the snow we get around here, I said, number one, airports tend to be ahead of the game anyway. And number two, I don't think we really have enough. Like, your flight may get delayed a little bit around here, but we don't get enough around here to, shut down airports.
No, it shouldn't stop you. I mean, airports are equipped for that kind of thing too, like getting rid of the ice on the runway and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and you have to figure, like, the Memphis airport, they share, it's not, it's basically FedEx's airport that they let some commercial flights fly in and out of. Like, FedEx is going to keep their shit running.
That's how the Charleston airport is actually owned by the United States Air Force. So they share it with the Air Force base. I mean, so it's going to be clear. I mean, if it's military, they're not messing around.
Yeah, well, you've got FedEx, you've got the commercial flights in and out of there, but it's also shared. There's a Air National Guard wing there with a wing of C-17s. So yeah, much like the same thing. They're gonna keep shit moving there.
Yeah. What? Oh.
I mean, if it's snowing, I'll just leave a little earlier. That way I can take my time getting to the airport.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Now, how big is the Memphis airport? Is it like medium size?
Well, fuck, I don't know.
Oh.
He doesn't. Nate, he just got off the no-fly list like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, it was longer, 3 weeks ago, but I mean, yeah.
He's been on the no-fly list since like 9/11.
But how old was I on 9/11? Jesus Christ, I was 13.
Yeah, I was 4. Yeah.
Y'all are making me feel old now.
I was 0 or negative 0. How did you actually do on the day?
I think the Memphis airport's a medium-sized airport. I mean, it's a medium-sized city.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I've never been there, though, but I'm just guessing. Has anybody been to the Memphis airport?
You ain't missing much, I promise.
Well, you're not missing much at any airport, really. Some are nicer than others.
That is true.
Which, I had planned on being there early anyway because I've never had to get through TSA, and I know that they say rule of thumb, be there an hour early to deal with that. But I figure add another half hour to that because I'm flying Southwest, and from what you told me, it's first come, first served. So you get there early so I can get my ass on the plane.
Well, you get assigned a group number. It should be on your ticket.
Oh.
It'll be A, B, or C.
Yeah, but you got to do that 24 hours in advance. So you got to set your alarm and stuff for Southwest 24 hours prior to your thing. You got to get on the website right away. Otherwise, you're going to be in the back.
Okay.
Or you can go on and upgrade your ticket to early boarding.
Yeah, that's expensive though. It's not cheap.
I did it for the Vegas trip. It was like $50 for it was $25 each way, which is well worth it. So it's $50 total extra. But that's for one person. That's not for two. Two people would have been $100.
Yeah.
But I do like South. I don't like the first come first serve thing. But they are a good airline. I mean, they know what they're doing. There's never any bullshit to go. At least I haven't had any issues with them. I've had issues with other airlines before.
Well, the main reason that I went with Southwest was I had two choices when it came to a nonstop flight with no connections, and it was Southwest or Spirit.
Oh yeah, you made the right decision. Yeah.
Do Southwest, yeah.
And honestly, the worst thing that could happen is you and your wife can't get a seat together. But unless somebody's a real jerk, they'll switch seats with you.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then that might even be better. You don't have to sit next to your wife for 2 hours. You get to sit by yourself.
Yes, I get put on first, so.
Yeah, look at Vic always skipping the line. Jesus.
Yeah.
When we flew back from Nashville last year, we didn't get a seat together. I got a seat at the front of the plane, and she was all the way in the back. And she comes up to me after everybody's already seated. She walks all the way down to where I am. She goes, there's somebody back here that's willing to switch with you. You can come sit with me all the way in the back. I go, no, I'm good.
Damn.
I said, no, I'm good.
Damn.
I mean, I don't guess it really matters if you're sitting in the front or the back. I don't guess.
Well, getting off the plane you want to be towards the front because getting off of the plane takes like 30 minutes if you're in the back. Because you got to, you're the last one to get off.
Hey, relax. Sit down, relax. Don't be in a hurry. You're fine.
No, I've already downloaded a few books to my phone to kill time on the flight.
There you go. A book or a podcast or something.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of games on my phone that don't require Wi-Fi or anything either. So.
Nature Boy brings up a great point. If the plane crashes, it doesn't matter whether you're sitting in the front or the back.
That is a great point. And I bet we beat the paramedics there by a solid half hour.
Yeah, that's a good point. But he doesn't have a connecting flight. If you have a connecting flight, you definitely want to be towards the front of the plane because if it's a time issue, 5 or 10 minutes could mean it, missing your connection or not.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I went ahead and just I think it was a little more to get a direct flight because I think I paid for both of us. It was $1,100 for round trip both ways, but that's no connection.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to save $100 by doing something else, but that's about as good as you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm only going to, I'll pay $100 to not have a connection. And it's only a 2-hour flight, so I mean, I can go 2 hours without a cigarette.
Or you could just do like me and vape on the plane illegally.
Well, actually, what I might do, I used to do this when I would have to go into plants that didn't allow smoking. On those occasions, I would dip, and I may just do that.
Yeah.
I need a haircut bad.
Go on Monday.
Oh.
I'm getting a haircut the day before we leave.
Oh, speaking of haircuts, I got one this morning because I'm about to go out of town.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. I gotta fix it.
How?
Shit, they'd be fixing it if it was terrible. Shit, that's what I paid for.
Well, I didn't know it was terrible till I got home. Here's the thing about barbers nowadays. Like, nobody knows how to just do a regular haircut with scissors anymore. Everyone wants to use the clippers.
Oh, yeah.
So if you just tell them, I just want a regular scissor cut, then they don't know what they're doing. They're like scissors. So anyway,
I don't have those problems. Like, they use scissors on my dude. The barber shop I go to, they give you free beer.
What?
Yeah, man. You get a beer as soon as you walk in the door.
Shit.
Might want to move there.
It's called 1776 Men's Grooming Parlor.
How much does a haircut there cost?
About $45.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it comes with free beer.
Well, it's not free because you're paying $45 for a haircut. I mean,
It's compliment.
I was mad. I was paying $28.
Okay, well, hey, would you pay $45 that comes with beer?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, then.
But that's just because I'm a sucker for beer. But just the haircut itself, a haircut itself shouldn't cost more than like $15. I mean,
well, and
I'm not getting.
That's for haircut, and then they trim my beard and clean up everything with a straight razor.
Still.
Hey, man, I don't know what it is about a shave with a straight razor, but there ain't nothing like it.
Yeah, they do that on the. They shave my neck with a straight razor and everything, but.
See, most places I've went to before, they didn't do that.
See, and the place I go to is owned by a woman, and all of the barbers are female, except for one. Damn it. And guess who I got?
You got the one.
I got the one.
See, all of them where I go are females. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been married for almost 13 years. It was a little uncomfortable, just a little, for this 20-year-old blonde massaging my scalp while she's washing my hair.
I should have known whenever he asked me what I wanted done. I was like, just a regular scissor cut, just make it shorter than it is now, basically. And he did like this. He goes, and then he put on his glasses. I should have known right then.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, uh-oh. This is not about to be good.
It wasn't good.
I haven't had a bad cut from there yet.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, $45 may be a bit much. That's nothing next to the bill when my wife goes to get her hair done. Nothing.
Yeah, but I get my hair cut
I'm gonna go spend $150 at fucking hair salon.
$150. That's getting off easy. Anytime Mrs. Peete goes, it's like $200 or $300. But that's only. But again, that's like once every 4 or 5 months. I go every month. So.
Yeah, I do too. Like if I had my way, I would just go every 2 weeks and get a touch up. But
we used to have this guy that came around. He lived in our neighborhood, and he had like a 9-to-5 job or whatever. But he did it on the weekends. He cut hair, and he would just come right to your house. It was like $12 plus tip. I'd give him $20.
Yeah.
Just do it right in my living room. I'd be sitting there watching Jeopardy, get my hair cut.
Well, I mean, my wife cut my hair for years. She went and bought a set of Walls clippers, and I didn't go somewhere and get my hair cut for a solid, 15 years.
Yeah, it's good. Shave your own head, yeah.
I mean, she wouldn't shave it, but I mean, she would do a couple of different lengths, which ain't very different from what I get done now. But that's also when I was working outside all the time, so I kept my hair very short.
Yeah, see, Battle Angel, she does that for a living. Obviously, she's an actual professional. She says at her salon it's only $20 for a man haircut, and shampoo is included.
Yeah, shampoo's included with mine too. Yeah. Yeah, but it's free beer included.
I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm usually there for about an hour between haircut, shampoo, and shave. I mean, I've gone through a 6-pack sitting there.
I don't know, it's hard to find a good barber that you like. I used the same one for my entire life, and until I moved away from that area. Now it's just too far for me to justify driving there. But I wish I lived near Battle Angel. She could cut my hair probably better than anybody.
Probably.
She could fix the bullshit I got going on right now. I got to ask Mrs. Peete to try to fix it, and she's probably not going to want to do it. I already know. For good reason.
It never fails though. Like if they miss one stray hair, my wife's in there in the kitchen with the scissors. Come here.
Yeah, how many beers do they give you? Just one?
No, like I said, I've sat there and gone through a 6-pack.
A 6-pack?
You drink it.
God dang.
I mean, I'm usually there for about, because usually when I go, Joey's getting his hair cut too. So, I mean, I'll go through 2 or 3 just waiting on him.
What, Dad? Did they have a pool table in there too?
They
Dartboard?
have an air hockey table, and they've got like a couple arcade games.
Damn.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, this guy's getting his haircut at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
They got one of those, like, you know, those little car racing games that's got the seat and the steering wheel. They used to be in it. Yeah, they got like one of those in there, and one air hockey table, and like a Pac-Man or something. I think it's Pac-Man.
Slim's in there drinking beer, playing Gran Turismo, while his kid's getting a haircut.
Yeah, man. And then he, if he sits good, they'll give him $1.25 so he can play while I'm getting my hair cut and hot towel and shave and shampoo and all that.
Yeah. I had one, I don't think it's a barber shop. It's like a haircut place. It's kind of like what Slim said, but it's like every, I guess, hair stylist, corner, whatever you call it, hairstylist.
Is that the one that frosted your tips?
No.
Oh.
No, this is when I was like 10 years old. They had like Xbox 360s, PlayStation 3s, basically kid heaven at the time, but I don't think
that's totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Video games while you're getting your hair cut?
Yeah, basically.
That's ridiculous.
It's a kid heaven, but I don't think it's there anymore. But it's kind of, I think it went out of business.
I tell you that story that one time where I had to, like, I started lying when I went to, I think it was called Great Clips in Clemson.
Yeah.
And I started out with a lie, so I had to carry on the lie for the next 30 minutes while I got my hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
I tell y'all that story?
I think so.
What was the lie?
Well, my brother lived up. He had a house up there, and we went up to the lake to hang out with him. And I needed a haircut. It was like, is there anywhere around here to get your haircut? He was like, oh, I'm a member at Great Clips. You don't have to wait in line. I can pre-check you in, and all you have to do is walk in, tell them my name, tell them you're me, and they'll bring you right back. I'm like, perfect. So I go there again. The waiting room's packed. Like there's like fucking 20 people in there. So I walk up and I'm like, yeah. I tell her I'm my brother's name, and I pre-checked in. And she's like, oh, okay, great. Can you give me your address?
Uh-oh.
I don't know my brother's address off the top of my head. So I'm like, well, I just moved here from Georgia. Now I'm like taking on I'm actually taking on my brother's real identity, right? Because he lives in Georgia. she's like, okay, but you don't know your address? I'm like, no. She's like, what?
I have it memorized.
She goes, okay, can you give me your phone number? Now, I don't know my brother's phone number off the top of my head either.
How do you not know your brother's phone number?
Because it's just saved in my phone. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Dude, I still remember phone. Like, we were talking about this the other day. Like, I grew up in that area where you had to remember phone numbers. I still remember phone numbers.
Yeah, I don't. I know my wife's, my mom. That might be it. I don't even know my kid's phone, my son's phone number.
Good God.
It's in my phone. But anyway, I'm like, so I don't know. She's like, I don't know my phone number either. She goes, okay. So you just moved here from Georgia. So you were a member in Georgia. I'm like, yeah. She goes, what location was that? I can look it up that way. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anything. So she finally like gets frustrated with me. And she's like, I need to go get the manager. She brings the manager over, and the manager's like, so let me get this straight. You don't know your phone number. You don't know your address. You don't know what location you're a member at. Like, what do you know? And I'm like, nothing.
No, that's the truth.
All I had to do was be like, hey, this is my brother. You check me in. That's all I had to do. But instead, I was just like pretending to be him for 2 hours.
Did you tell that to your brother, or you just?
Oh yeah, I told him about it. Yeah, even when the barber, she finally was like, you know what, just fucking whatever, come back, sit down. They just got tired of me. So then the barber had over. She was the girl who was checking me, or who was checking me in, was also the girl who cut my hair. So then she's like, okay, well, you said you're from Georgia. What do you do there? Now I'm like, well, I'm in the Air Force. My brother's in the Air Force. She's like, what brings you here? I'm like, oh, well, got a lake house up here.
Wow.
Oh, my God. And she knew I was lying the whole time. It was obvious. Talk about embarrassing.
Yeah. That's down bad embarrassing.
Yeah, I was down bad. Down real bad.
Well, good news for Mrs. Peete. She ain't got to worry about you lying about something, because you obviously ain't going to get away with it.
No, I'm not a good liar. I'm terrible at it. I wish I was a better one, actually. She probably thought I was in witness protection. I don't know. I think she just thought I was an idiot.
I mean, I'm surprised your brother didn't try and tell you that they were going to, start a game of 20 questions with you.
Well, he told them, just tell them you're me. I took that to heart.
Yeah, well, then again, maybe he expected you to remember some basic information like his address or his phone number.
He doesn't even know. He couldn't say my address.
Damn.
Or my phone number.
You're both down bad then.
Nate, how many phone numbers do you know?
More than you.
How do you know?
Because I have your phone number. I got Nick.
You have my phone number, but tell me what my phone number is right now. Don't look it up. Put yourself on camera. You don't know my phone number. Yeah, you don't. You're lying.
766? No.
No, see? And you're looking at your phone, too. Look, you're cheating.
I'm looking.
So you're lying. You don't know my phone number.
Oh, well. I know my mom's phone number. I'm not going to tell the world to it, but yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows anybody's phone number anymore.
That's not true.
It is true.
I mean, he has a point, and yeah, he has a point, because some people don't really remember that well.
No, numbers I call on a regular basis, yes, I have them memorized.
What do people do if they get arrested? Well, you better hope that you call one of those 3 numbers that you actually remember.
What?
Yeah, because you come in my jail, I'm not letting you look up your contacts in your phone.
He's a police officer?
I mean, back in the day, you had to memorize people's phone numbers. You don't, like, that doesn't exist anymore. So.
No.
Yeah, you have to make a concerted effort to memorize it. That's why I know my wife's and my mom's. Outside of that,
the main reason it's hard to I think something that contributes to that is not just because everything's in your contacts in your phone. Like I've got a friend. I mean, me and him have been friends for 15 years, and he's probably had 9 different phone numbers since I've known him.
Yeah, I thought about doing that. I've had the same number for 25 years, probably. Maybe even maybe 30.
You and me, since I've had the same phone. You know, when I started paying a phone bill, once I got out of school, I've had the same number.
Yeah, I've had the same number too. I've only had one number ever. Maybe I should change it.
Don't do that.
Why not? I'll send you my new number.
Oh, I know you will, but like that shit. Like I have a higher level of respect for people that are going to keep the same number. Like that shit just bugs me.
Well, first of all, I say I'll change it, but I never will. So, but it would eliminate a lot of the. I mean, my phone rings constantly. Y'all's is probably the same. Text messages, phone calls from, bullshit numbers. Like less than 1% of the phone calls I actually get are people I want to talk to.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Thing. That's the thing.
Just like email, like. Well, y'all saw didn't I show that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had like 90,000 unread fucking emails or something. Something crazy.
Oh, I'll go through there like once a year. I'll remember to go through there and delete shit.
Or you just gotta select all.
Yeah, I got Robo Killer, so that's cleaned up a lot.
Is that free?
Well, all you have to do with that, like the vast majority of emails you don't want, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of it, it gives you a little thing where you can opt out.
Yeah. I have to opt out of 98,000 emails. I ain't got time for that.
I don't think you do.
Ain't nobody.
Because you'll have 20,000 of them from one email address.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, I don't know if I asked you guys this, but have you all checked in yet for the cruise?
Checked in?
I did it this morning.
I did? Okay.
For what? You mean?
What?
You mean a boarding time?
Yeah, or the cruise, just the cruise in general.
That's today. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah.
Hold on.
I guess I'll do that today.
That's already up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to Nate.
Hold on now.
Yeah, you have. Well, I don't know if you have the app, but
Well, no, I don't have the app. I got to log in for their website.
yeah, it's not like your typical checking. It'll ask you every stupid question like, what's your passport ID and yada.
Oh, what if you don't have it?
I ain't got no passport.
Yeah, me either.
So I'm taking my chances. I'm not even carrying my birth certificate. If I get put in a jail in the Caribbean, I guess I just ain't.
Well, they won't. If you don't have your birth certificate, they won't even let you on the boat.
No.
They'll let you on the boat. They just don't recommend that you get off of it without it.
I don't think they'll let you on.
Yeah, they'll ask you for your
or a passport.
They'll ask you for a birth certificate if you want to type it in. Too, so
I gotta type in my birth certificate.
Well,
type in what?
Well,
my date of birth. I know my date of birth. I don't need my birth certificate for that. I've never understood the point in a birth certificate. I got to prove that I'm alive. I mean, me standing here talking to you is not proof enough.
Well, it proves where you were born. That's the main thing.
We all get the. Do we all have the same arrival appointment time? Because they put 11 to 11:30 for me.
It's all different. If like,
No, so it's like boarding a plane then.
yeah.
Okay.
Drew says y'all better get this shit sorted out. I've already got it sorted out. I've already contacted Carnival. All you need is an ID and a birth certificate to get on the ship to go to the Bahamas. Now, if you're going other places, some other places do require you to have one, a passport, but the Bahamas does not.
Okay, so if I have a passport,
Rico does either.
if I have a passport, then I don't have to bring my birth certificate.
Well, you can use the birth certificate, but it won't be as what you call referred. But it's like while on the website right now, it says
you can have either one. Okay,
yeah, either one works.
So either one works. Okay, good. Yes, I have a passport.
Yeah, but they refer passport, but it like you said.
Right, which I do have one. So.
Okay. So basically, it says for my steps to check in, it was stupid. They have like guest information. You have to do that. Travel documents, travel plans, arrival appointment, onboard expenses, and then a cruise ticket contract.
All right. Yeah. Well, my mom wanted me to get the Carnival app and
free.
Log in and pick a boarding time, but now it sounds like she might have to do that anyway.
Yeah, probably. She has your stuff. I'm on the website right now, and I can't find the. I can't find what you're talking about.
Did you log in your account?
Yeah, I'm in my account. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. This website sucks. Fucking.
It does.
There's a passenger bill of rights.
What?
I'm looking at like the legal notices and stuff for this ship.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness.
Hold
This
on.
check-in might be the longest check-in I've ever seen.
I don't even have the
How long
option.
Before Ballard's parents yell at somebody.
They won't yell at anybody except me. Trust me.
Oh, look, there's, here, I'll show you. Stewart Cove 2 tank scuba diving for $185 per person.
Don't you have to be certified to scuba dive? Like,
I think so,
I'm not
yeah.
sure that's something you can just do on a cruise.
I think some of them will certify you in like 30 minutes and then they take you out.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
They got different laws down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything about checking in though. So I don't know if that's just on the app or what. But
It is on the app, but it gets you to the actual website when you see a check-in, and you click the check-in button.
so hold on, look,
Yeah.
booking and order details.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Hopefully there's a check-in.
Nate's over here doing shit. He's not even sure if he's checking into something.
I don't know. I'll have to mess with it later. This website sucks.
Well, yeah, you're on there, Mom. Oh, passport, okay.
Let's see this. Check in.
There you go.
Yeah, you say that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. That's weird.
Less than nothing.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of weird because it works for me.
So what? So when you went on there and did that, what was the like? Did you pick a boarding time?
I didn't because I didn't want to, pick before, my mom wanted to finalize the boarding time because I didn't want to, plan ahead. So I did all the I did the guest information and the travel plans. That's about it. But it has like 8 things you have to do, or steps, to, I guess, check in, which is kind of ridiculous. So yeah, I haven't done it. I haven't done the arrival, or what we call it, the boarding pass yet.
So you lied to us, Nate.
No, I didn't say I lied to you guys. I didn't completely checked in. That's what I was trying to say. So
I am getting
wrong, but yeah.
I am getting perturbed. See, here we go. Manage bookings. Damn it. Hold on. Online check-in. Okay, click that. What the fuck?
Shit.
Does it let you scroll down, or is it a blank screen?
Yeah, but there's nothing on there talking about any of that.
That sucks.
Yeah, I think it was like the day before or a couple of days before that you had to do that.
I thought so too.
Well,
it's like 72 hours or something.
Yeah.
What, the documents or the check-in?
The check-in.
The check-in.
Oh, maybe it's like.
I just know the check-in. The check-in said it would be available today.
Ooh, hold on.
I think he had it
same
until
here.
like
Same here.
the day before.
That was the same here.
All right, I think I found it. Let's get ready to sail. Okay, let's get ready. Get started. All right. Do I want to check in now?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I have all my information in front of me, though.
Yeah. I wish it just let you just check in automatically, like airport or airplanes do.
I'm going to click this just to see what it asked me for. It's not on the screen because it's all my personal information, obviously. Let's see here. Yes. This website really does suck.
It does.
You can do it. You should be able to do it on the Carnival Hub app. I have that.
Yeah, I don't.
He doesn't have the app though. I heard.
I think I do have it. I haven't been on it though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never downloaded the app.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do this later. This is gonna take too long. I just want to see what it's like.
I just want to
tell Carnival Pete's a busy and important individual.
Well, you got to go to guest information, which is hard to find on the website. It took me 10 fucking minutes just to find that. But that's where you got to go to.
Yeah. I think it's just dumb. Because all it's a check-in it has to do is just gotta check in. That's about it. You don't have to. It's just. Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I won't remember my. Well, I don't know my birth certificate. I mean, I know my birth date and my social security number and whatever else. I don't know if there's any other information on my birth certificate they need though.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't think so. I mean, the only information on your birth certificate, yeah, hell, your social security number is not even on your birth certificate.
No.
Because you ain't got a social security number yet when you get a birth certificate.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing it through the app.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Nate, for taking me down that rabbit hole I didn't need to go down.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate that.
And I gotta download another freaking app. Good Lord.
I mean, I do want to get an early boarding time. I don't want to be the last one to board. But
I mean, I don't think it really mattered. Like that one, I think is one that really doesn't matter because, I mean, the bar's not open while you're in port.
Yeah, it is.
I
don't think so.
Yeah, it is.
The earliest time I saw was probably 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, if you're the last one to get on the ship, you'll walk up on the main deck and there'll be people partying out there.
I know the casino's not open then. You have to get so far out.
No, I think it's just the main deck is open, like the bar there and the pool.
Yeah.
And all that. because you don't go to your room for a couple of hours afterwards.
Sorry about that, Pete.
Whatever. I'll figure it out. It's not the end of the world if I am the last one aboard. But just I'd rather not wait around all day.
I'm with you.
Well, I mean, if I remember right from the one that I did before, like they get through all of that pretty quickly because they're trying to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a pretty good job of getting people through there. I think there's how many thousands of people are on the ship? Like 3,000 people.
Hopefully the ship's only half full.
3,000, yikes.
Yeah.
That's the one down. Like during 2020 would have been the perfect time to take a cruise because it's only half full.
Oh yeah.
Like that would have been peak.
That would have been peak. Unless somebody on your cruise tested positive, then they, don't let you get off the ship for 3 weeks. Didn't that happen like in Australia? There's people stranded on some ship for like a month. They ran out of food and.
We're in the United States of America. They'd have fucking tried.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet I can get off that motherfucker?
Anybody can get off. All you gotta do is jump. As long as you can swim.
It's too high.
I'm a good swimmer.
Yeah, it's too high to jump.
Well,
not really.
Still a lifeboat though.
Too high to jump safely, but yeah.
Nah, you'll be all right. I mean, you'll survive the impact. You just have to be, fight off the sharks and whatnot.
That probably won't do it.
But I'll be damned if I'm ported somewhere and anchored, and there's land 10 feet away from me, and I'm stuck on the ship, and they won't let me off. I'm getting off that motherfucker somehow.
I'll launch one of those fucking life rafts right onto the dock.
Yeah, there you go. Life raft.
Yeah.
Well, if shore is closed, I'll just jump off and swim to shore.
There you go.
I know a really good swim, so I'm fucked.
So long, suckers.
People, actually, speaking of that, Pete, you can become an island boy officially if you do that.
Well, I am an island boy.
Well, I know. But
He's an island boy.
Island boy.
Just trying to make it.
Shout out to PigskinPeete.
Amazing and fantastic, yo.
I think the funniest thing I saw was like Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg reacting to that.
What?
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Wait.
Snoop Dogg was like two goofballs in the fucking pool.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, PigskinPeete is an island boy, an amazing and fantastic, yo. They got the best college football YouTube channel. Yeah, a huge college football fan. We understand it's the Clemson Tigers. They rep it to the top. And the ACC, yo. And the live shows are so underrated on YouTube. We want to say shout out PigskinPeete. We want to say shout out PigskinPeete. Coming from the island boys. You better keep it like it's our grind. Tell that boy you better keep that gun. I'ma do it while I'm staring at the sun. I've been really out to full gazing. I've been in the pool, I'm staying. I'll pull it like I'm super saiyan. Yeah. And you the best, so keep on going. Don't let no one stop you, yeah. Aight, PigskinPeete, keep doing your thing. You got it from the island, boy. Yeah, we out, man.
I've heard that probably 500 times, and I still only understand less than 50% of what they're saying.
Yeah,
right.
Most of it.
I mean, most of it.
Haven't they like switched gears to where they're in love with each other now or some shit?
Oh, I don't know about that. That wouldn't surprise me.
Aren't they Cuban? Or something?
Something like that. I don't know. I know they're twins.
I remember you did those commission rant videos, and you were talking about them one time, Pete, about they were like trying to find this buried treasure.
Not them.
It
wasn't them?
No.
It wasn't Island.
You think the Island Boys are trying to find a buried treasure? I was talking about the two idiots from Canada that have that show on a History Channel.
Oh, the Oak Island.
The Oak Island Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I call
boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my Canada rant, which will be very relevant today with what's going on in the news, by the way.
Canada.
Yeah. Fucking Team Canada beat USA.
When the Canadians booed our anthem. Yeah.
And we booed them back.
Yeah, and they fucking paid for that, didn't they?
Beat them 3-1. Yeah.
Well, we lost.
We lost a championship game last night.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah, it's on.
Hey, listen up. Listen up, you Canadians out there. Karma's a bitch, eh?
Yeah, we lost 3-2 in overtime last night. I actually watched the game.
It was pretty fun, wasn't it? Well, not
Yeah, it was all right.
in person, but still.
The U.S. blew it.
Yeah. You blew it.
And then afterwards, Justin Trudeau tweeted out, "You can't take our country and you can't take our hockey from us." Something like that.
Yeah, listen, the last like 4 Stanley Cups in a row have all been in the state of Florida. So Justin Trudeau can fuck all the way off. Goddamn Florida man is better at hockey than Canada.
Tell him, Slim.
Yeah.
Well, not last night, they weren't, unfortunately. The U.S. was a 1.5 point favorite, or 1.5 goal favorite.
Yeah.
They lost.
And they fucking choked. Like
1.5 goals. Yeah.
Why is Justin Trudeau speaking on it anyway? Like, he's not in office anymore.
Yeah, that's my.
He's still in office.
Still in.
No.
Yeah, he is.
Something.
I thought he was.
Yeah, he hasn't affected.
No, he's still in office. He said he was going to step down at the next election cycle and not rerun, but I'm not so sure that that's even true.
Yeah, whenever they hold their elections.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably smart on his part, because, I mean, who wants to be the prime minister of Canada that surrenders to America and they become the next U.S. territory?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It needs to. I mean, we're already sending in fucking Delta and SEAL Team 6 to take over fucking Mexico.
Do we really want Canada to be the 51st state, though? I mean...
No, we'll just leave them as a territory like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's how it would have to be.
Why would we not want them?
Well, it's a liberal country, so I don't know why conservatives would want Canada to be voting.
We don't. That's why we're going to leave them as a territory.
Yeah.
No.
Like Puerto Rico. Or the Virgin Islands.
Hey, Canada, Mexico, and what is it? Greenland or Iceland are fixing to be our next territories. And then we're just going to keep working our way south. We're going to take over South America after that.
It'll be United States Empire.
He said you should... you can take our country or hockey, but can't take our freedom? That's not what I read.
Actually, we'll give them more freedom. There's more freedom in the U.S. than there is in Canada.
Yeah, no one of the Canadians want him out of office. Yeah.
I mean, Canadians already have like one sport, which is hockey, and that's about it.
Yeah, what does Canada bring to the table? Well, natural resources for one. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
that's probably it. Well,
that's about it.
Oh yeah, oil is a natural resource.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I said, Nate.
My bad.
You know, they still allow people to speak French there. That's a red flag in itself.
It is. Well, and then you have weird places like Quebec that want to break away but still use the currency. That's like a kid that moves out of the house but still wants an allowance.
I mean, you got to figure your average Canadian is willing to spend, $30 million searching for the Ark of the Covenant on some remote island in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, especially when everybody knows it's in Africa.
Right. Calgary is just like Nashville? What?
Area
I call bullshit on that.
I've heard that comparison before.
Like, how is it the same?
Well,
what do they have?
It's in Area 51.
What? No.
Yeah.
No, Calgary's not in Area.
No, I meant the Ark of the Covenant. It's in Area 51. Yeah, according to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, that's a reliable source. Indiana Jones. Does make sense.
Well, I heard Calgary. It's kind of like, well, it's not like Nashville, but they do stuff like Nashville, like rodeos.
Well, yeah, Calgary is very country, we'll call it.
Oh, is that what he means?
Yeah. I mean, the Canadian version of it.
Country folk.
I mean, I've never met a Canadian redneck, but
they definitely are some. Yeah, there's some everywhere. Do they have Canadian honky tonks? Is that what you mean?
Honky tonks?
Probably.
Yeah. Hockey tonks.
They're really honky tonks. But
I thought Canadians just like hibernated when it wasn't hockey season.
True.
Pretty much sure they just hibernate like permanently.
They hibernate when they don't win Stanley Cup as a country.
When's the last time they won a Stanley Cup, Nate?
1967.
Is that true?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I would have never guessed that. I would have said like 1990 something at the very latest.
Fucking Canada down bad, man.
Yeah, they're down real bad.
I mean.
Yeah, Canada is the Dallas Cowboys of hockey.
The worst. Worse.
Like
way worse.
Toronto Maple Leafs is that in hockey.
The Cowboys have a championship in the last 30 years, don't they? I mean, when was the last one they won? 90s?
Well, no, yeah, the 90s.
It's been 60 years since Canada won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
That's down bad.
The Cleveland Browns of hockey. Damn. It is bad.
I mean, the last team that won it was the Toronto Maple Leafs, and
their beer sucks there too.
True.
I've never had Canadian beer.
Sure, you have. Isn't Pabst Blue Ribbon? Isn't that Canadian?
Oh well, I've never had it, so.
There's that. A Molson. There's another one I haven't had in a long time. It's called Moosehead.
Oh, Moosehead.
Yeah, you act like you know what I'm talking. You don't know what I'm talking about. Moosehead. Is that still a thing? Sure, it is in Canada.
I think so.
I mean, I've had Canadian whiskey, but I've never had.
Yeah, and even that's not. I mean, it's okay.
I mean, Crown Royal's pretty good.
Okay, that's their best thing. Crown Royal.
Yeah. Canadian Mist shit. They can keep that.
America's better at hockey, baseball, football. The three major sports. They're better at all three of those. They're better at making beer. They're better at making whiskey. They're much better at making war. I mean.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
I mean, has Canada ever won a war?
Well.
I mean, like they didn't even win a war to get their independence from England. Like England would just one day was like, eh.
What about the French-Canadian War? Well, it doesn't matter if they won or not because they still. I mean, they still got people living there speaking French. So I guess that's a loss, right?
I didn't know there was a French-Canadian War.
There was.
I've heard of the French and Indian War.
There was a French-Canadian War, wasn't there?
Not that I remember.
Come on, man. French-Canadian War. Yeah. Lasted 9 years. From 1754 to 1763, a conflict between Great Britain and France in North America. It was a part of the 7 Years' War, a global war that took place in Europe and India. The war resulted in France seceding Canada to Britain. So I guess it wasn't technically really Canada against French. It was Britain against the French, but they were just fighting in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, half of a win for Canada? I don't know.
Well, and even eventually, England just said, to hell with it. We don't want to fuck with them anymore. But they still have the Queen on their money. Go figure.
Well, hold on. France seceded. So Britain's only won one war on North American continent. And that was in Canada. So go figure. Yeah. We can't relate to that, can we, Slim?
No.
We're 1-0.
Well, 2-0 because we won the War of 1812.
Yeah, 2-0. That's right.
Undefeated. I mean, they might have burned down the White House, but we got them in the end. I mean, if you want to get technical, 3-0 with the Civil War.
You're counting that?
Side won that. Huh?
You're counting the Civil War as a loss for England?
They were backing the Confederacy, so.
Well.
And the French were backing the Union.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think France has won a fucking war since Napoleon.
They haven't.
And they've gotten great at surrendering since then.
I mean, technically they won World War II, but we had something to do with that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world was getting its ass kicked, and America's like, all right, we'll come in and save the fucking day again.
R&R is a pretty good Canadian whiskey. Yeah, there's some decent ones, but
I'm not familiar with R&R.
I mean, Crown Royal is pretty much the best one. And after that, it's a massive drop-off.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty much right.
Ballard.
Yeah.
Are your parents excited about meeting all of us slobs?
I think so. I
That's
haven't
a
really
no.
asked if they're excited to meet everybody, but they've always wanted to go on a cruise, so they're excited about that.
So they're just there for the cruise, and we're just in the way, is what you're saying.
I don't know, man. I'm sure my dad will get along with some of y'all for sure. I'm sure mom will too, but
With some of y'all. Who will they not get along with?
Most. I would say most. I think they're pretty easy going.
Well, I think, to top that list has got to be Sir UGA.
Oh, yeah. I want to see which one of them, like, I really don't think they would lose their cool on anybody. They're not like Nana, but it's,
They're not like Nana.
Damn.
That's hilarious.
I think I still have a video of that.
Lou does. If you go to his recap morning show from last year's Slob Olympics, he played it. Stop drinking and get your shit together.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, sir.
It really was.
He didn't say anything either.
I don't know why I don't know why she got so mad about it. Like, Penn State did it, not him.
Yeah.
I forget what he said. He went on about Jerry Sandusky and
Yeah, he made some Sandusky, Penn State.
I think he might have said a pedophile state university.
I don't know what he actually said. I just know that I walked over and saw that Nana was getting on to him, and I heard something about Penn State, and I'm like, no, he didn't go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah, he did.
A PDF file, yeah.
It was just great because he's standing there drinking a whiskey and whiskey and Coke or whatever, like 3 sheets to the wind, talking about pedophile state university. She's like, "Let me tell you something, motherfucker."
It was great.
Together.
We have not pinned down all the events yet. We know we're doing rock, paper, scissors. We think we're going to do a relay race because there's like a running track on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't it up top where we told Nate to stay away from?
Well, it's not even the top. It's the main like where the pools and the bar and stuff is. It's like the main
okay.
the main deck. Yeah.
The main, yeah.
Yeah.
I got an idea here.
Yeah, the thought of what the third was supposed to be just the mental challenge.
Yeah, so the third one we're trying. Well, I don't think we want to repeat what we've done in the past. We've done trivia, we've done mascots, we've done spelling bee, we've done IQ test. Am I missing something? That's 4. I guess that's the 4.
You could do. Have y'all done like riddles or anything? Like
riddles?
Yeah.
Riddle me this, Batman.
We talked about doing some sort of math. We haven't done anything involving math, like times tables.
I just lost the Slob Olympics.
Yeah, don't put. Dude, me and numbers are not goodly.
So start with the easy ones. 3 times 5, and then you work your way up to 12 times 10, 13 times 14, whatever.
Time to study my times tables, I guess.
When is the cruise for the uninformed? March 7th through 10th. So, a couple weeks. Here it is right there. Yeah, March 7th through 10th. Was it like, well, today's Friday.
2 weeks.
Well, exactly 2 weeks. From today.
Well,
I'll be leaving. I'll be going down like Wednesday to go down to Florida to see my parents. But yeah, the boat will sail out on Friday.
Traveling Fools said the other day that there's still tickets available, so you don't have to. I mean, you can still go if you want to go, Tim, or anybody else.
Did he say how many tickets were available?
I don't know. He didn't.
No, Fools isn't. I mean, he ain't privy to all that information.
What do you mean they won't let you on?
Okay, so it.
They better let me on.
So it is too late if you haven't booked.
No, it's not.
Okay.
As long as there's rooms available, you can buy a ticket. I don't know how many rooms are left.
Okay.
But
you just had to book by June 17th last year just to start making payments and stuff.
That was for our deal. That doesn't mean you can't go on and book. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they must stop selling rooms at some point, right?
Yeah, when they run out of them.
I mean, so you think they're still gonna be selling rooms up until the day before the cruise?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if they can fill them, they're trying to fill every room they can.
Yeah.
I'm actually. Oh shoot! I knew it was big, but it's so. According to the Google machine, there's 1,492 staterooms on this boat. Wow.
Yeah,
Plus, they got all the activities and like casino and everything they got going.
Right. So about 3,000 people.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking people.
Each room, can hold 2. So.
See, I think East Coast Gridiron is listening to the show. He's not current on the show. He's listening to the beginning of the show, and he's commenting now. Is what's happening, I think. He's talking about the birth certificate versus the passport thing. Anyway,
hit the live button there, homie.
According to him, he says he cruises every year. You can get on and cruise with just your birth certificate and an ID. If you don't have your birth certificate at least, or a passport, they won't let you on the ship. That's what he's saying. If you have a passport, that's all you need is your passport. You don't even need an ID, because that is an ID.
Yeah.
So, anyway, my point being, bring your birth certificate. Don't leave that at home.
Well, fine.
Yeah.
Spoil my fun.
Cruising is like vacationing on a floating shopping mall. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If a shopping mall had a pool, a casino, a nightclub, a basketball court, a pickleball court, slides, and people running around in bathing suits, then yes, it would be exactly like a shopping mall.
Yo, what is this sports day? Oh, this is where they have like pickleball and stuff.
Sports day.
Yeah, I think that's the top of the ship.
Yeah. Well, I found on the website where you can view the deck plan for the Carnival Glory that we're going on.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. Got it right here. Robert says, how big is it? This is how big it is. It's almost like it's the size of a cruise ship.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's a...
It's
right
952 in length.
This is the exact one we're going on here. The Glory.
Yeah, the Glory Hole.
Yep.
It's a lot fucking bigger than the Titanic, so hopefully this one won't sink.
Well, if we hit a glacier out in the Caribbean, we got bigger problems. Like the end of the world.
I mean, I'm not sure if I would call it the end of the world, but...
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah, Tim, I bet your birth certificate is written in Sanskrit on a piece of papaya. No, we didn't choose the ship. We just choose when we wanted to go, and then they tell you which ship you're going on.
I'm bringing my bucket from last year. They got crab legs at this seafood shack on the boat.
Can bring the bucket.
Oh, God.
Like, just put
Ballard,
it in the bucket.
don't bring your bucket.
Why not?
Yeah, Ballard was walking around Panama City Beach with a bucket full of crab legs in his hand.
It was so funny. Totally worth it.
This guy got like 8 pounds of crab legs by himself. Ate half of them.
Ate everything but, ate half of them, ate everything else in there, waited for a box. They never brought a box, so I picked up the whole bucket from our...
He just walked outside with a bucket of crab legs.
I mean, listen, if they never brought me a to-go box, I'd have probably done the same thing in that situation. Not gonna lie.
Lou looked at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Taking it to Nana."
Well, at least he's considerate,
I guess.
Yeah. Mandy Dandy says Jameis Winston would be proud.
That's a good question. Is anybody, like, who, if we had to pick one person, or maybe multiple, but at least one person that's going to get seasick, who would it be? Well, Tiger Cat's not coming, so it's not going to be her. That would be my number one choice. But
I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe you, Ballard.
Yeah,
you think
maybe.
Ballard's getting seasick?
It depends.
Depends on what?
What's it depend on?
Well, I don't know. If I can't find stuff to keep me busy on the ship, and I end up just sitting out there all day, like if I'm out in the sun all day, it'll kill me. But
yeah, I don't really think the sun has anything to do with it.
Allergic to sunshine?
No, I'm not, fucker. Come on.
No, only if it gets too much. Yeah.
Well, you said it, Ballard, not me. So,
well, I mean, if you get sunburned, then yeah, sometimes getting sunburned can make you feel sick. But yeah, you can get sun sickness if you're out in the sun too long.
It is. I mean, the ship is moving constantly. You don't really notice it most of the time. You don't really notice it until you get off,
That's
or at least
what
I don't.
Say is like
Once you get
don't
off,
feel
you still feel like you're moving.
Bit of a shock getting off.
But some people are really sensitive to that. I'm not. Thank God. Otherwise, I wouldn't go on a cruise.
Well, it's about the inertia. You don't feel it until you stop. Yeah.
Thanks, Professor Vic.
When was the last time you went on a cruise? For me, it was, well, I've only been on one. It was like 2010. So like 15 years ago. Same ship, too. The Carnival Glory.
I was on the Carnival Triumph. What was that, 2017?
The biggest mistake I made or we made was it was a 7-day cruise. We went to 3 different places. And I'm telling you, after about 3 or 4 days, it's anything after that, you're ready to get off the ship. At least I was.
Well, that seems to be you anywhere. Like,
yeah,
you
that's
had
true.
enough of Vegas after 3, 4, 5 days. I mean, Pete apparently just had enough after 4 to 5 days.
Well, that's true. Yeah, same thing. You'll see. You'll be ready. 3 days is plenty.
No, yeah. I mean, I was fine with a 3-day cruise when I took one.
Yeah, that's enough.
My wife was more over it than I was, but like that was the first time that she had been away from the kids since we had kids.
Well, in that case, you might want to stay for a week.
Well, no, like that she was ready to get back. But I mean, Zoe was like 6 months old at the time, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you get within 3 or 4 days, you get the full experience, and everything after that is just, you're just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I get bored easily.
Well, that's not surprising.
Yeah. Now, I could spend a couple of days just in Nassau. We're only there for whatever it is, 8 hours?
8 or 10 hours, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could spend a couple of days there. At least you can walk around and go see stuff and do stuff. But on the ship, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, I haven't even looked into what all's actually in it.
There's a bunch of stuff to do on there, but you'll do it all within 3 days, I guarantee.
Yeah, well, a lot of it's probably centered around that resort that's there.
Oh, yeah, Atlantis?
Yeah.
Rip off.
Hey, man, they found Atlantis.
The place is a rip off.
Real Atlantis?
Dog Behind Enemy Lines said he went on the Conquest in November. Is that a Carnival cruise? I'm guessing it is. I don't know. They got like 20 ships, I think. I don't know what the difference is. Out of Miami. Yeah, the one we went to St. Thomas. Well, it went to Nassau first. The second stop was St. Thomas. The third stop was St. Martin, which St. Thomas is a U.S. territory. St. Martin is half French and half Dutch. My favorite place out of all of them was St. Martin. That place was awesome. And then 2 days sailing back. So it was like four days stopping and then 3 days at sea. And when I got back,
that sounds like one I would like to take.
It was good. I mean, it was just too long. But I was almost dead when I came back from there. I was like,
you're almost dead.
On life support. Yeah. Yeah. You would have to see the group of people I went with to understand why.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Well, just knowing you on a trip, I'm sure your liver was suffering pretty well anyway.
Oh, yeah. Among other things. Jay is still trying to go, but his partner's not going, so he doesn't have a roommate. Does somebody want to go? That could be Jay's roommate. How about you, Robert? Somebody?
Yeah, Jay Shipes needs a roommate.
Nature Boy, you can go. Last minute plans, bro. You and Jay.
Hey, those are the best plans. Or last minute.
Yeah, I wish Nature Boy was coming. I understand why he can't, but no, Celine's not going.
I don't think Celine's coming to another Slav Olympics.
He's not.
Ever.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely don't. You think Celine would ever be.
Instead of just saying like I don't want to come, he keeps making up excuses every time. Just he could end the whole thing by being like, I just don't want to come. That would be the end of it. Instead, he makes up these excuses. Jay says the cruise ends on his birthday. That would be 3 birthdays. We got Slim Shady's birthday. We've got Traveling Fool's birthday. And if Jay came, it would be his birthday too.
Yeah.
Birthday cruise. Jay, you should just call them and be like, I want to come, but I don't have a roommate, and see what they can do for you. Or what about your girlfriend?
There you go.
I mean, did you ever think about that? I mean,
he said they're cool, but they're not that cool.
She's still in Looney Bin? Oh. I guess that's a good reason to bring her. I thought they got rid of Looney Bins a long time ago. You mean jail? Is that what you mean?
Oh, the asylum, yeah, or the mental hospital.
Oh.
Hey man, padded rooms are kind of fun.
They can't keep her in there. I don't know. Maybe they can. Can they keep her in there against her will? Maybe you just go sign her out.
I mean, if they can't,
like school,
or if it's court ordered, then yeah, they can keep you in.
I mean, you can get like a weekend furlough out of jail. Why can't you get one out of a insane asylum too?
You're right. I guess you could, but yeah.
Yeah, tell them you're going to the Caribbean for a mental health retreat.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that would work.
Yeah, like
that's why Pete gets paid the big bucks, because Pete's the brains of this operation. Yeah,
just be like, you know what, we're going to do ayahuasca in Nassau with Aaron Rodgers. I think they have to let you out for that.
Yeah, if they didn't, they would be detrimental to your mental health.
It would be, which would be detrimental to your activity.
I would do ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers in Nassau. Hell, I do ayahuasca in Nassau with Slim Shady.
And I thought it was in
and Jay. What? Costa Rica?
No.
Oh yeah, yeah, they got it too.
I thought that was where Aaron Rodgers did it.
Yeah, he goes to Costa Rica. He goes to Costa Rica to do ayahuasca, and then he goes there to go sit in some tent, almost like a teepee.
Yeah, I watched.
You watched that where he went and did the what did they call that? Where he got in that teepee for like 12 hours, where they fucking steamed like it was like a
the dark retreat.
Bunch of dummies in a teepee.
I don't know. It was like a steam room, but it was a teepee. I mean, you can go to a sauna at your local gym for like $10, but he flew to Costa Rica to sit in a teepee for 8 hours to get a steam bath.
Part of like the, as they do like a whole ceremony before you.
Yeah, ceremony.
What kind of ceremony is? I'm not sure if I'm down with a ceremony while I'm tripping on shrooms.
It was like a camp, you know. He was there for like a whole week.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean kind of like space camp?
Okay.
Yeah, space camp with drugs.
Well, it wasn't really space.
So it's really space camp then.
Yeah, yeah. You're more likely to go to space on one of those retreats than actual space camp. Yeah.
You go to another dimension. So it'll be like extra dimensional camp.
Yeah, dimensional camp.
Yeah.
Now, see, now you're on the verge of like some Alex Jones type shit.
Yeah.
Talking about going interdimensional and shit.
The darkness retreat's a whole different level. Like, I can get down with going and taking a bunch of drugs and hanging out with people in the jungle somewhere. That sounds more my speed. But locking me into some room, like that's underground for whatever it is, 72 hours or I think it's like 3 or 4 days with in total darkness. Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, it does sound kind of sus. I'm just being honest.
Sounds sus. Yeah. What if they? Yeah. What if they never let you out? Yeah.
Forget that. Like what?
Yeah. What if they just leave? What if they just leave you in there?
I just don't want to be locked in a room in total darkness for any period of time.
I don't either. Yeah.
You know, sensory deprivation like that are torture techniques, and people pay for this shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've waterboarded a buddy just for the fun of it, but
I believe that.
It's not that bad. I mean, we all did it to each other at one point or another.
Yeah, did you ever get waterboarded?
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but one of those things you kind of, kind of get used to it. I guess is the best way to describe it.
Maybe
waterboarding is not that bad.
Maybe we could waterboard some people on the cruise.
Dude, hey, we can make it a Slob Olympic event. Waterboarding.
There you go.
Well, how would you judge the water? Would it be like how long you could last?
Yeah, how long before you
last longer?
Yeah, like the UFC. Like how long before you tap out? Like, can you handle 45 seconds of waterboarding? Or are you like real hardcore like Slim and you can handle like, 3 minutes of it?
No, I ain't doing no 3 minutes.
Oh, that's too long? Jay says he has an Ibogaine retreat set up for him and his girlfriend when she gets out of the mental hospital.
What?
Ibogaine.
What's that?
It's like if you died, went to heaven, met Jesus, learned about the universe, and then he sent you back to your human body. That's what it's like. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
Call me crazy, but I would do that.
What, Ibogaine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you done Ibogaine?
No. I haven't.
I'm not sure that there's much on the list that you probably wouldn't try. At least one.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's a reason I haven't. I mean, I've seen people do and been offered things that I haven't done. I mean,
well, I didn't say there's nothing you wouldn't. I said there's not much you wouldn't try.
Not much.
it depends on what kind of what category we're talking. If we're talking about psychedelics, yeah, there's nothing I wouldn't try. No, I'm not smoking crack or doing heroin or none of that. I got no interest in that. But yeah, I do Ibogaine and ayahuasca too, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as I, felt comfortable with where it was coming. Like I wouldn't like go online and buy a jar of ayahuasca off some fucking guy on the internet. But if I knew it was like legit, I would do it.
You went to go to Costa Rica.
So if it came from Jay Shipes, you would trust it.
No. Not that. I mean, what does he know about that?
Jay Shipes may be an expert.
I mean, I wouldn't. What if I offered it to you? I mean, I don't know what like.
Yeah, well, I don't know where you got it from.
Exactly. Thank you.
I trust you, Pete.
Well, I appreciate that.
I think I found a cool event we need to try, whether it's this year or next year. But check this out here, Pete. Have you ever seen this?
Hold on, let me look at it. I have to add another Ballard? What is that?
Cup tic-tac-toe.
This looks like the dumbest game I've ever seen.
You gotta get your cup, and then when it's that,
You see?
They have to get it on that bottle.
On that before you.
Ballard. This is what Ballard spends his time doing on the internet.
Pretty much. Watching boring shit.
I'm still trying to figure out what I did just watch. What was that?
I don't know.
All right, so apparently you have to flip it onto the can before you can make a move. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Flip cup tic-tac-toe?
Flip cup tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, why can't you be into detrimental shit like most people your age, Ballard?
What?
So why can't you be out there like experimenting with drugs like most people your age?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I've only done it once, and I'll never do it again.
What?
Why not?
What'd you do?
Huh?
What did you do? Like
weed or
like mushrooms or whatever?
Oh, you did shrooms. Okay.
Yeah. I was in Myrtle Beach last summer, and me and my dad were like hanging out and bonding, quote unquote.
Okay. And y'all did shrooms.
Which he's not one to do that. He only did it because it was vacation. He doesn't like on an everyday thing.
You don't have to give us the disclaimer.
Yeah, you know what? I think we might have judged Ballard's parents wrong. They might be the life of the party.
I'm telling you, this is great information.
So you'll love them, man. You'll love them.
Dude, is he bringing some shrooms on the trip?
Yeah.
The fuck, I don't know.
Because like I've already passed my pre-employment drug screen, so I'm good.
So how much did you eat? Do you even know?
I took one hit and it messed me up, man.
One hit.
Yeah.
That doesn't even mean that.
Well, I say they were mushroom. He said that. I don't know what it was we did, but it messed me up, man.
That's how'd you eat them?
Hold on now. What did it look like?
Smoke them or eat them or what?
Do you remember what it looked like? I mean, you put it in your mouth. I hope you do. Ballard?
All I remember was that I did something with my dad, and I got really high. And I was walking all funny, and then I laid down on the couch and couldn't sleep. I don't remember exactly what the hell I did.
You don't know what you took?
No.
What did it look like?
It was like... Shit.
It was like what?
I don't know. I'm trying to think back. This was like back in July.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, if you can't remember shit from July, you got problems, son.
I know. That's the autism kicking in there.
You got to remember what drugs you took, dude. Come on in.
Yeah, I've done way more than you. I remember every drug I've taken.
I mean, you don't even have to know what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Just tell me what it looked like.
Well, I know I hit I had hit a cigarette. Well, not like a cigarette, but like it had like this metal around it on the back.
You smoked a joint, dude.
A joint, yeah.
Or he hit a pipe with his dad, is what it sounds more like. Like a little one-hitter.
Drew says he doesn't want to talk about it. Well, he's the one that brought it up.
Exactly. So he obviously does want to talk about it. Mind your business, Drew.
Yeah, I've had a...
It wasn't meth, Vandy. I got my teeth.
Yeah.
I don't think you lose your teeth.
Lose your teeth doing meth once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a cigar. Yeah.
I got one saved because I thought we were going to beat Tennessee this past year. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I did. Yeah, and then I did have an edible one time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of like got really like dizzy feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I guess that's a good way to describe it. I mean, you described what happened to you more than Ballard did.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like Ballard hit a joint once or twice.
I hit that, and we did some mushrooms.
You keep saying that.
Mushrooms. I think it was probably just some kind of edible, like a gummy.
Well, yeah.
I mean, was it a gummy?
No, it.
Well, here's the question, Ballard. Was it a gummy or was it in a mushroom? I mean, it's really, you should know the difference between the two.
I mean,
like a cookie.
Ballard, you're kind of confirming my fears of the American educational system, considering you're in fucking college and you can't describe this.
Or was it like a cookie?
Well, they don't teach me this in college.
Yeah, but what did what you put in your mouth look like? That can't be that hard.
A mushroom, okay.
Yeah, that's what it looked
like. Okay, so what?
God damn it, Ballard.
It was a mushroom, okay.
Yeah.
Why do you feel ashamed about that? I can tell you do.
I don't feel ashamed. I feel ashamed that I can't remember this stuff.
Oh, okay.
And that I don't know. Like,
I think you should try more.
That's what I was getting at next.
Party, I can get a hold of some liquid LSD.
Shoot.
I know a guy.
I'm sure you do, buddy.
Hey, let me tell you something. You'll be partying from the time you get on that ship to well after you get off.
Yeah. LSD.
Well, first of all, Ballard, you're a God-fearing man.
Yeah.
If you want to meet God, you just have to take a certain amount.
A certain amount.
Oh, yeah. You'll meet him.
Yeah.
But he won't answer your questions. I can promise you that.
Yeah, you'll have more questions than answers afterwards, but you'll feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Though.
You probably asked the wrong questions, is what I'll do.
I still haven't figured out why he sent the rat army to torment me.
Ballard, in your religion, do they do confession, or like Catholics do?
No.
I can tell. You have a hard time confessing.
You got to confess that I suck.
I confess anything. Ask me anything. I'll tell you. I'm not a good liar either. Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Yeah, he's proven he's not a good liar.
Smoked.
Huh?
First thing you ever smoked?
Ever smoked? A stolen cigarette from my neighbor's mom.
Wow.
We would steal them from my buddy's uncle. Pall Mall unfiltered.
That's a pretty basic question. You got anything? You got anything more like interesting than the first thing I ever smoked? I'm giving you all kinds of avenues here. Huh?
Well, no.
Yeah, you can go anywhere with those.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, when I partied and hung out with you guys at last year's Slop Olympics, that was my first time ever getting actually hammered and drunk and hungover.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Oh, you poor guy. Jesus, now I just feel bad. We're corrupting the youth of America, Pete.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that was my first time.
Ballard, I'm giving you an open book here. Ask me anything.
What am I trying to? Oh, ask you?
Yeah, me.
Trying to get me to confess some shit.
No, I'm telling you. I'm showing you how easy it is to confess. I'm leading the blind here. First of all, the best thing is not to have any secrets. That way, there's nothing anybody can hold against you.
That is true.
I'm trying to teach you a life lesson here.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think he's getting it, Pete.
I don't think he is either.
No, I get it. I'm asking me to ask you questions to show
you've yet to still ask him anything.
I'm trying to think. Y'all keep talking over me, damn it.
Go right ahead. My apologies, sir.
All right, Pete. Have you ever, I don't know, did you drink underage?
Yes, a lot.
That's the best you can come up with?
I don't know.
I'm trying. You got to go after something incriminating. Like, when was the last time you cheated on your wife?
Never.
Well, see, there you go.
But see, he's got the right idea now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to slip up, that's how you catch him slipping up.
Yeah.
Anytime, Ballard.
This is too hard for him.
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't study. I didn't know there was going to be.
You don't have to study.
Have to play Jeopardy and
asking me.
Like,
see, I could ask you the same questions, but I wouldn't believe your answer because you don't really give answers.
I don't give answers.
This is the whole point of this exercise here is I'm showing you how to be upfront and honest without being ashamed.
I'm not ashamed of anything I've said or done.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not sure you've done very much too worthy of being ashamed of, though.
No, not yet.
I've done plenty of shit I probably should have been ashamed of at the time, but it is what it is.
Oh, I've done a lot of things I'm ashamed of. There's no doubt about it.
I'd look at it differently. Like, I'm not ashamed of it because it made you the person that you are today, even if it wasn't the brightest idea at the time.
No, I agree with you. But the older you get, the more you realize some of the things that you do and say, even if it seems insignificant to you at the time, affects other people that you don't want to be affected.
Well,
so that's like my only like regrets or a shame is effect on other people, not me.
Yeah.
I have a worse driving record than I do criminal record.
I believe that too. Yeah, you look like a bad driver.
I am.
Well, I mean, he live streams while driving down the street.
That's bull. I live stream in my.
You got in an accident while live streaming, Ballard.
What?
Yeah, didn't you run a red light and got in an accident or?
Yeah.
I wasn't on YouTube when it happened, but I've talked about. Yes, I had that.
I thought you were live streaming. Okay, I might have got it wrong. Excuse me. I thought you were live streaming when it happened.
You're forgiven. No. I was just in a hurry. The first time it happened, I was just in a hurry to get home because we had stuff to take care of at the house.
What was so important? What was so important at home that you had to run a red light and put people's life at risk?
Shit, whatever my Nana needed.
The answer is nothing.
Now, this last wreck that I had like 3 weeks ago.
This last wreck, like a regular thing with you.
Well, with some people it is. A guy I was friends with through high school and for a little while out, that man has literally wrecked every vehicle he's owned. Every single one.
Poor Ballard.
Yeah, so is it a skill issue or just bad luck?
I think it's a skill issue, but if you ask him, he doesn't know anybody that can drive better than him.
Of course. I feel like Ballard, I feel like you hold on to shame for no reason. You need to release that shame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Liberate yourself.
Give myself some grace and credit.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't have put it any better. Yeah.
All right. We all do dumb shit. We're all human. So what?
Well,
exactly.
Even if it's not dumb shit, to Pete's point, we all have things that eventually we regret. Like I regret that I didn't end up going in the military. I wish I had.
See? What do you regret, Ballard?
I don't even know where to start with that list.
Surely you have regrets.
Anywhere.
Oh. All right. Well, I got kicked out of school one time. You guys know I was homeschooled during high school.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I didn't. That's news to me.
No, I was, but before I started homeschooling, I was actually in for a semester in public school, and I got kicked out.
Is that why you were homeschooled? Because you got kicked out? So you were a bad kid.
I was a bad kid. I kept getting sent to the office because kids kept picking on me, and I got in fights and stuff. I finally lost it when it was. I remember it because it was like midterm week. And they were just like pushing me to my limits, and I just finally hit my breaking point. I said, "Look, I got a knife, and I'm not afraid to use it on you."
Oh, wow!
You brought a knife to school?
No, I didn't have a knife, but I thought,
he was just
their attention. Maybe they'll stop.
A threat. Yeah.
It was just a threat. Yeah, I didn't actually have a knife.
So you regret that?
It haunted me for a while. I don't regret saying that to like freak him out, because I guess it's just one of those things. Like I hate that it ended up with me getting kicked out.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I hate the outcome, but those bastards.
Now ask yourself, did getting kicked out, was that a bad thing in the long run or a good thing?
Shoot, I don't know, man.
Good, bad.
I'm good. I'm just trying to live my life now. I honestly, I still don't know if it, in the long run, if it was good or bad. I mean, I was homeschooled. I stayed at home. I just didn't really have interaction unless it was church, honestly. So I kind of hated that. It sucked, but
I'm not gonna lie, Ballard. You really don't strike me as the type that got into a bunch of fights in school.
I could see that. He's like he said, he was getting picked on. I could see that.
I was getting picked on, made fun of because I was just different than everybody else.
Yeah, I could see that.
Weird. I just I don't know. Kids are stupid. Teenagers are worse.
Yeah, kids are shitheads. Breaking news.
Somebody says something about Catholic guilt. Yeah. That's not real. Catholics, from my experience, are give less than a fuck than most other religious type people. Exhibit A right here.
Well, I mean, you're more that, you've never really been a practicing Catholic, though, have you?
As an adult, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was forced to go, when I was a kid, but no.
Hey, you blanket.
How does Nate feel about Ballard's poor life decisions? I don't know. Nate's not here.
How does Nana? Oh, she's let it all go. Me, I still wallow in self-pity sometimes.
How's that working out for you?
Riz Chat. Now they're going to really get after me on this one online, aren't they? Riz Chat says Ballard once cut me with the sticky note. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hurt your little feelings. Hurt your little arm. Whatever the hell.
See, now I feel sorry for you. You said you wallow in self-pity.
Some days, yeah.
Why?
Sometimes my mistakes in life have just, I don't know. I let them mess with my head sometimes, and it
yeah, sucks, that's a problem.
I know.
Yeah. Having pity on yourself is self-serving and, well, it doesn't serve you very well, or anybody.
Yeah, I was about to say, or anybody. I mean, Pete knows what I'm talking about, but take it from me, you can what if things that have happened till the cows come home.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna change nothing.
What it all is too is that you can say what if this or what if that, but you will never know because you've moved on from it, or at least in time.
Yeah.
You just got to mentally get past it.
And to Pete's point, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
I've experienced shit that I'm gonna deal with every day for the rest of my life, but I don't sit there and wallow in it.
Yeah.
Drew says Ballard has some dark skeletons. He's just not saying. I don't think he does. I think
everybody does.
Here's what I think. Yeah,
I think everybody does, but I think that I've had the big moments of my life that are just
you haven't. No, you haven't.
Just never told. But I don't have a criminal past. I don't have anything like that. I've never been arrested. I've never been.
Okay, well, even if you did, so what?
Yeah.
I think you're just scared to admit things because you think people think differently about you. But I got a little another tip for you.
What?
They're not.
Yeah, fuck what they think.
Gotcha.
How about that?
Yeah, there's another one. Well, even then, they're not.
Yeah, no way.
I don't think anybody except for maybe Vic on this StreamYard or in this chat is up for sainthood. Vic is probably the only candidate by a long shot.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. You're in that age group where this happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been there. Eventually, you'll not care anymore, God willing.
Eventually.
Well, I mean, it's really, the way I look at it, it's really kind of your only choice. And I'm not sure if not caring is the right way to put it, but just looking at it for what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you don't let it
I've
let
stopped.
it affect you.
Yeah, I've stopped caring.
Yeah, I don't blame Vic for, yeah. Nobody's mistreating him. I'm trying to give him advice.
Yeah, we're actually doing the exact opposite of mistreating Ballard.
Yeah. Trying to get him to liberate himself. You know?
I'm with you.
Yeah, well, we know Vic doesn't care. But Vic doesn't care about anything.
No.
So, he stopped caring, what, about 5 years ago, Vic?
No, but I still, I mean, I care about some things, but.
Just not Celine Driver.
Oh, no, I do care about Celine Driver. But.
Well, just not enough to call him when he was getting hit by a hurricane.
Oh, actually, well, I did actually.
After we told you to.
Yeah, well, that was in 2024. Yeah, last year when he had a hurricane coming right for him. I did call him before the hurricane.
Yeah, the last hurricane we had here. Of course, this was after the Celine Driver debacle where he didn't care. I got a random voicemail on my phone. We had a storm that came through here. I think it was last year. And I'm like, who's this? It was Vic saying, hey, I'm just calling to check on you to let you know that I do care. Which was kind of self-serving, if I'm being honest, Vic, because you didn't really care. You're just trying to make it appear like you cared. So that I wouldn't go on YouTube and say that Vic doesn't care. You see what I'm saying? Let's put it this way. It seemed disingenuous.
Ooh. You know, since you say that, it makes a whole lot more sense why VicTube represented Colby in that YouTube trial. Now, see, now the pieces of this puzzle are coming together.
Yeah, he only did it because he felt obligated. Now, for the record, I do believe that Vic does care about me. I just don't think he cared that day. Overall, he does. Just not that day.
His caring has its limits.
Oh, Vic dropped out. I hope I didn't piss him off. I was just fucking around with him. God damn it.
Let's see, now you done made VicTube mad. Nice going, Pete.
God damn it.
I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. He has that problem sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, Ballard, you're you just need to open up a little bit more. Be honest with yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll figure it out.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you're a smart guy.
I'm not a smart man.
You are smart. That's actually the best thing you got going for you. You might be too smart.
I might be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there is such thing as being too smart for your own good.
Yeah, and you never want to. I mean, I'm guilty of being a smart ass sometimes too, but you know.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, that one strikes me as a little hard to believe there, Ballard.
Yeah, on a list of smart asses, you're down at the bottom. Smart, yes. Smart ass, no.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. It's a compliment, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people like me are the exact opposite.
Riz says I'm gaslighting now. You think? A little bit, maybe?
No, not Pete.
I mean, you could rename the show the Gaslight Show. I mean, that pretty much describes the entire show.
No, we would never do such a thing on this show.
Jay says the Epstein list has been released. Now, I don't believe that. But we're about to find out. Now, just within the 3 hours I've been doing the show, I've searched Pornhub ban and now the Epstein list. Somebody's going to be knocking on my door here soon.
Yeah, well, you got one of those Ring doorbell cams, don't you?
No, I don't.
I was about to say if it's guys in suits and sunglasses, just ignore it. Don't answer the door. Or you know what you do? You send the kids to the door, and if it's guys in suits and sunglasses, just don't slam the door in their face.
That's one way to do it. I don't see anything on here about the Epstein list, unless it just, like you're the first person to know about it. I got news for you. There's not going to be any list. That's not happening.
You don't think they're going to do it?
No, I don't. I don't think we're going to know who went to Jeffrey Epstein's mansion 100 times. I don't think we're going to know who killed JFK. None of that. I think it's all bullshit.
Now, the JFK one, like, I'm kind of with Trump's explanation of it. Like, anybody and everybody involved is dead at this point, so you might as well release it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sure there's people, if it was what people are saying it was, or who was involved in it, then I could see the government trying to hide that for a lot of reasons, but you're right. Most of the people, if not all of them, are dead by now. I still don't think we're going to find out anything. It's grandstanding.
You don't think so?
I don't. I mean, I would like to, but I don't. Hey, Vic.
Yeah.
Did you rage quit on me?
No.
Oh.
No, phone died.
I told you didn't care, and then all of a sudden you just weren't here anymore. What am I supposed to think?
No, I do care. It's just that my phone died.
You didn't care enough to charge your phone.
Yeah, like I have my phone on the charger during the midday show, so I don't have that problem.
Yeah, see? Me too.
Yeah, no, I guess I just forgot to, I guess.
All right. Well, I forgive you. I forgive you for not caring but pretending that you did. Let's do this. We'll go around and forgive each other for things. Okay. Vic, is there something you want to forgive Ballard for that he's done to you? He's had to have done something to you.
Yeah, maybe it was for canceling our show that we did together.
Yeah. Yeah, why'd you cancel the show that you and him did together?
Scheduling issues and just going to work and everything, but I'm glad he forgives me.
That's good. See, we're making progress here. Is there anything you want to forgive Vic about?
He's never done me wrong, so I don't know. I
Oh, come on, man.
say there's anything I need to forgive him for.
Of course there is.
How about any time, even if I don't know when or why or how, anytime he's mistreated me, you're forgiven. Hashtag stop mistreating Ballard.
Nobody's mistreating you.
Okay. Well, even if they are, they're forgiven.
See how easy that was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though you didn't do anything at all. Do you think there's any chance that Sir UGA will apologize to Nana ever?
It's possible. I'm really
No, it's not. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, it's not possible.
he won't have the opportunity because she won't be on the cruise. But in 2026 Slob Olympics, if she's there, I'm sure they can make up.
I don't think it's possible that at any point is he going to apologize to Nana.
Yeah, it would have to be the other way around. I think she would have to apologize to him. Because if we're being honest here, she's the one that gave the personal attacks, not him. Like, Sir UGA didn't say anything about your Nana. He said something about, Penn State.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Hey, you make good points there.
Now, I'm starting to see where this so you learned from your Nana not to admit when you're wrong and face the music. So that's what this is a family thing.
Now that kind of makes sense.
Well, everything I say kind of makes sense. But it doesn't fully.
I'm just saying, I see the connection there.
That dumbit said he's never getting his shit together, so Nana won't forgive.
Well, here's an even more important question. Is Matt Dummett ever going to get his shit together?
No.
You're forgiven, Matt.
Yeah, none of us here are going to get our shit together anytime soon.
Right.
No, if I ain't done it in 37 years, it ain't happening.
I was about to say, most people get their shit together like right before they die.
I'm not sad, T Skates. She thinks I'm sad. I'm not. I forgive you for
Ballard.
that way, though.
TK changed her name to T Skates.
Yeah.
You keep that first.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that.
I do enjoy her skate videos. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
They are pretty cool.
They are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Entertaining. Now, the ones where she falls are more entertaining than the ones where she doesn't. But you get my point.
Yeah.
Which is most of them, for just being honest.
I mean, I don't
Isn't that why most people tune in and watch her fall?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see her get hurt. But, I mean, falling is...
But, it's human nature. It's like... there's a reason America's Funniest Home Videos
yeah, exactly.
was a popular show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's like where you laugh at it, but you feel bad for laughing. But.
Yeah, like Does anybody feel bad about laughing at me for falling in the first 10 steps of the 40-yard dash in Pigeon Forge? No, they don't.
No.
Slim was laughing as I was falling.
I was.
I could hear it.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
Did I hold that against Slim? No. Because if it was him in front of me falling, I would have done the same thing.
Oh, I have no doubts of that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hope you could forgive me for last year's.
Or maybe you might feel bad for not feeling bad, but
yeah.
Hey, Ballard, instead of asking God for forgiveness, you know what you should do? Ask yourself for forgiveness instead.
Y'all got to forgive me, though, for last year's Smoke Olympics when we went down for the events and I brought a shoe thinking we were going to do the shoe throw.
Yeah, I don't forgive you because I don't even remember that.
that's okay. I mean, you just brought an extra shoe. What if you lose? Yeah, in case you lose one of your shoes. Yeah.
Just giving me the benefit of the doubt, Vic.
And then you'll have a spare. Yeah.
All right, dude.
It's like having a spare tire.
Yeah, people watch NASCAR for the wrecks. People watch hockey for the fights. People watch TK videos to hopefully she'll fall.
I mean, exactly. I mean, humans are entertained by violence, so.
Yeah.
I just like, why we like, to watch, action movies or video games, Yeah.
No, we don't want you to die.
Right.
No. That would be terrible. But if you did live stream yourself getting hit by a Mack truck, that would go viral, for sure.
Yeah, I've seen recently on Facebook people filming stuff like that. What the hell?
What do you mean, people dying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I get a lot of that too on my feed. Well, most of them, it's Jay sending it to me. People dying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say Jay happens to send a lot of that around. That's a lot of what I get from Jay.
Yeah, Jay sends me stuff too. Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm friends with Jay.
Well, I mean, on Twitter.
Hope he can forgive me for not being Facebook friends with him. And
yeah, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Sir UGA says he watches the Pigskin Pete Midday show, so he doesn't have to get his shit together. Now, speaking of being transparent and honest, that's about the most honest thing that's been typed in the comment section today.
Yeah, it probably is. Makes perfect sense, too.
It's the same reason I do the Midday show, I think. Yeah. Anyway, having said that, it has been 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I think it's time to end this. What do you think? I went extra long today because I won't be here till a week from today. Wait, next Friday. So, all right, Ballard.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Take care.
Yep. Poor Ballard. VicTube, you got a show tonight at 6?
Yep.
All right, everyone go check out VicTube Productions. Vic, if you want to put a link in the chat, you can do that. Most of you are probably already subscribed to him. If you're not, now would be a good time to do it. He's going to put on an amazing and fantastic show at 6 p.m.
Yep.
So, all right, we'll see you at 6, Vic.
Okay, see y'all.
All right, later, Vic.
Bye, Vic.
All right, Slim. We did it.
It was fun as usual.
Yeah.
I think we've all learned something today.
I don't know if we learned anything. Well, hopefully Ballard did.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah. I'm not sure he did, though.
Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced either.
I think it's going to take like another 10 years of deprogramming to get him to understand. But that's not my job. That's his job.
I think that's a rather optimistic assessment.
All right, 20 years. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, well, that's going to do it for me as well. Like I said, I'm leaving tomorrow to go out of town. I'll be back on Wednesday night. So no midday show until this time next Friday at 11 a.m. I'm sure I'll check in with you guys while I'm gone, here and there. But as far as live shows go, I'll see you guys in a week. Have a great rest of your day.